You are looking live at the Pulaski County Field. Maroons take on the Cardinals of South Laurel. This is Victory Walk-In Clinic at Med Park West High School football, presented by the Don Franklin family of dealerships, and the video tonight by Buffalo Wings and Rings on South Highway 27. I'm Paul Rod, along with Mark Kerr and Wayne Clark. And gentlemen, first home game in District Court.
It is, and we're glad to join me at football weather. It was perfect. It's the first time I'm here to the field on football. You know, we get this the youth and our leaders clear night against it's awesome. Anyway, tonight, it is a couple of things on the field. Remaining part of this is here at Med Park West High School football.
And we always do a little homework. You do more than I do. You can usually find your homework, and I struggle with mine. But last year, Pulaski County threw for over 450 yards over in London against this football team. Wiley Kane had one of his largest nights in his career, and Jake
South lost their division conference after the law, so they don't really mind when we all do this. They really can't do it after 2 weeks. Knowing they have a situation in mind, one of those last week, so that's an imperative to work with having said all that, if you're 0-2 in this district, you have got some real work to do.
things will start taking shape in this district.
That is saying a lot because they have been around since so anyway, historically, these two I'm going to share some stuff that the first 10 meetings between these two schools all went since then,
11-1 against South Laurel.
And really, from my memory of being over there and playing them over there, they've always struggled there.
Oh, gosh, last year was the first time that I can remember we went over there and the game was not fourth quarter decided. You remember they missed a field goal over there a couple, 3 years ago that literally Pulaski was going to lose to a team that I think only won 3 games that year.
A game that they deserved to lose.
And they did deserve, that's
but they didn't.
They didn't. But again, Pulaski comes in tonight, and you can't candy coat this. South's got some injuries.
They do.
They only have about 35 kids dressed tonight. They came on one bus. I've been around a while, and I can't remember a high school football team and coaching staff and everybody coming in one bus.
A 5A. school at that.
So, Donnie, they have got an uphill struggle, but they also have an advantage in the fact that if you catch Pulaski a little bit flat,
yes,
if you catch them overlooking you, there are some serious athletes on this South Laurel football team. So we wonder tonight because they lost their starting quarterback early in the season. Their number 2 quarterback is the coach's son, Dylan Burdine, and my understanding is there was some question on whether he was going to go tonight, but I think we've been told he will be ready to go, right?
Yeah, from what we've heard, that we did hear maybe their starting running back, Jordan Ramey, may not be playing.
And this is a kid that's the number 2 rusher in 5A football right now. He's a 950-plus, I think, through 6 games this year. Yards on the ground, that is just unbelievable. And if he's gone, that if you look at their offense, that's about 75% or 80% of their offense to this point. So that will be a big deal. We don't know if he's ready to go. You hear all this stuff pregame. I always say when they take the opening snap,
exactly,
you see who's out there, and then you'll have a clue whether a lot of what you were being told might be fluff.
We've seen some warming up going on, but you can't really tell by that what's going on. But yeah, he averages almost between 6 and 7 yards a carry. So this young man puts up some numbers, and they got some really good offensive numbers. Does this South Laurel team, and they play 9 players both ways, though, Mike. And I think that makes a difference.
Can you imagine if it had been last week or 2 weeks ago, them playing 9 kids on both sides of the football in the heat and humidity? Tonight, at least you're going to get a little better chance of things going. Your kids are having to go both ways, but still you're going against a pretty good football team, and that does wear and tear a little bit. Quick Care Walk-In Clinic at Med Park West says just walk in when you need us. Wait times are short at Quick Care Walk-In Clinic. They're focused on service, and they staff the clinic to reduce time spent in the waiting room. Quick Care has lab and x-ray equipment right there in the clinic, which is another great time saver. The clinic is open and waiting for you from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. weekdays, 10 to 3 on Saturdays. Of course, no appointment is necessary. Walk in when you need us. Quick Care behind the hospital in Med Park West. We also want to thank our presenting sponsor, the Don Franklin family of dealerships. A big thank you to them for all they do in the coverage of local high school sports. Be sure to take advantage of the end of the summer savings at any of their Somerset locations. Visit them on Facebook at Don Franklin Somerset Family of Dealerships. They treat you like family. And this is our video game of the week. You are watching the Buffalo Wings and Rings video game of the week on Lake Cumberland Sports. Buffalo Wings and Rings. Wings created your way and always fresh, never frozen burgers. And if you happen to be there tonight and you look up at the screen in the middle of the room and you see Dwayne and I, it's because some of the screens down there I think do have the game up on them tonight. So we want to thank them. Dwayne,
yes,
set this up a little bit. Let's give Pulaski just a little bit of due about this football team. They lost their opener. They were up.
They did.
They were 14-0 ahead of a pretty good Lexington Catholic team on a neutral field. Ended up losing 21-14. They have not tasted defeat since. They've reeled off 5 in a row. And of those 5, a couple have been really impressive and a couple have been pretty good wins. But, definitely you could see things they need to improve on. And tonight, for the first time all year, you might have a situation to where the experts would say Pulaski's heavily favored to win this football game, and sometimes that's the hardest thing to do.
It is, and that's when you expect a team to dominate and that you think should, but there's always the variable of the other team. They have a lot to say about it, but you're right, they should dominate. In that first game, like you mentioned too, that Pulaski was missing their 2 starting running backs to open the season. And
absolutely.
Whether that would have made a difference, we don't really know. So. And we really haven't touched upon Pulaski's injuries yet, Mike.
We'll touch on that. I'll tell you what I think we're going to do. We'll come back. We'll talk about the keys to the game and get you closer to kickoff. But Paul Wright and John Hines usually do 5 or 6 minutes talking about what happened last week, and I think we're going to go see what the old ball coach has to say.
Good evening. I'm Paul Wright with Pulaski County Coach Johnny Hines. The Maroons get ready to take on South Laurel. But first, let's go back a week and talk about the 21-18 victory over Whitley County. And that was one interesting evening.
Well, it was, wasn't it? Every time you go down in the mountains, it gets interesting. Whitley County's a good football team. We knew they were going to be good going in. And they had a lot of things going for them, obviously, from last year after the terrible outing they had against us in the playoffs that ended their season. And then they've got a whole new coaching staff and got a lot of things, revenge working in that dynamic as well. So they had a lot of things going into that game. And then with all the weather delays, I felt like it really took the wind out of our sails somewhat, and we were flat and didn't play as well as we could. But overall, I don't want to take anything away from Whitley County. They're a good football team, played extremely well, and it went down to the wire.
It's like a circus over there. They're selling food, and they always have a good crowd.
They have a great crowd. The people of Whitley County love their sports. They love their football. They come out and tailgate. They're there when we get there. Yeah. They're excited about the game, and we had all the weather delays, and the folks are still there. I think the game ended sometime well after midnight. And
yes, it
still
did.
Got a crowd there. The people are right there enjoying every bit of it. So you got to hand it to them. It's a great football school.
You hung on to win against a tough team on the road. How important was getting that first victory?
Well, it was huge. It's the first district game. And we talk every year to our team, Paul, about being on top of the district standings. It's very hard to win the district championship when you lose that first game.
Right.
So we felt like at the end of that first week, half the teams in the district are going to be 1-0, and the other half are 0-1. We want to be one of those 1-0 teams. Excuse me. That's just the way you start, and so we felt like it was a big deal for us, as I said, going on the road and taking on all those adverse things we had to deal with, such as the weather, such as the dynamics of Whitley County and the new style they're playing with, and the new energy and the new confidence. So all those things were hard to overcome, but I'm proud of our team. We played with a lot of heart. We made plays that we had to make when the game was on the line. Guys played with a lot of toughness and a lot of desire to just get it done. It wasn't pretty, and it wasn't one of those games that we'll ever go back and look at the film and say this is a training film type of game. Right. But proud of our kids at the way they persevered and hung in there and made plays to win.
You've got so many weapons on offense that it's hard for the other team to know who to key on, other than maybe a Jake Sloan.
Well, I hope we're developing that a little bit more. Braden Gibson's playing in place of the injured Grant Oaks and doing extremely well, and we got to continue to develop that more and more. Caleb Adams is becoming an offensive weapon as well. He got in the end zone, I think, for the first time in the Whitley game and caught some passes and did some good things offensively. Obviously, Tristan Cox and Evan Cherry and Donovan Abbott and those guys that play in the running back slot are continuing to get better each week, and their contributions are better. So we've got to develop all those guys. Kanan Daniels on the outside as well. I think may have caught his first pass of the season, actually, in the Whitley game. Or it may have been the week before. I'm confused now. But anyway, we got to develop those guys more and more. Jake Sloan, obviously, is our number one weapon and has been for a long time. But we've got to develop the guys around Jake and truly be a team that has several weapons that can attack the defense in different ways.
You didn't mention Jake Shepard, who, when he gets in on offenses, can help you there.
Made a big play late in the game there.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Donovan Abbott didn't run the ball all that well, but he caught 6 passes. But the one key to that, too, is Drew Poston manages to get the ball to the guy that needs the ball.
Drew does a great job. I tell you, he's a spectacular young quarterback. He really is. He reads defenses well. He understands where all the receivers are in the route and where to go with the ball. And that's the big trick, if you will, for us in our system for a quarterback is once you understand those things and you kind of know before the snap where you want to go with the ball, that's when when they're really good. And I think Drew's getting to that point, starting to understand how that all works, and being able to spread the ball around is a great attribute for him too. But as I said, we got to develop those guys so that he has confidence in them. They have confidence in him that when they're open, the ball's coming, so that it's not just Jake Sloan that we go to in those key situations. And nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But teams really zero in on Jake Sloan more and more, and so there's other guys that got to step up and make plays.
And not to short your defense, we'll talk about them just a little bit. As an announcer, I've gotten to the point where when the ball snapped, I don't even have to watch it. I just watch where number 7 goes and then follow it, and he'll meet at the ball somewhere.
Well, he gets there pretty good.
And the rest of the defense is right behind him.
Connor started for us as a freshman, played every game, was a tremendous player as a true freshman. His sophomore year, He was All-State honorable mention, and for some farce of happening last season, he wasn't voted to the All-State team, which is an absolute crime. And if he's not first-team All-State this year, they ought to do away with the dad blame team because he's as fine a high school linebacker as we've ever had, and that says a lot when you look at Ricky Maxey and Mason Helton, who's playing over at Lindsey Wilson, and so many guys that we've had that have played that very position. And Tristan Cox right beside him, who obviously has got is a great player and got big-time offers. But Connor is a fantastic player. He's having a great season. He's had a great career, and if there's not some college out there that's not knocking down his doors pretty soon, then they're really more foolish than I think they are, because he's a guy that can play at the next level.
That's a look back at last week against Whitley County. We'll turn our attention to South Laurel when we come back. This is LakeCumberlandSports.com.
The old ball coach, Dwayne, is quite frisky tonight, wouldn't you say?
Yes, he was.
I enjoyed that. And once again, welcome back. It's Mike Kerr along with Dwayne Clark as we get you ready for Quick Air Walk-In Clinic at Med Park West High School football here on presented by the Don Franklin family of dealerships here on LakeCumberlandSports.com. We're about 13, 14 minutes away from getting this thing started. But, Dwayne, we talked about Pulaski County right now coming into this game. Drew Polston is the number one passer in 5A football by a large margin. Jake Sloan is the number one receiver in 5A football by a large margin. Give him a lot of credit. But Grant Oaks right now is number 8 in 5A football and hadn't played in 2 weeks in receptions. And he's been out, and Cox is in the top 20 in receiving, and he doesn't take very many offensive snaps. This is a team that has some weapons. And we didn't touch on any of the running part of it. I'm just saying, but they throw the ball around. And if Pulaski comes out and is in the right frame of mind, Polston could have a huge game because they like to play this 5-man front. And, if you give Polston time to throw the football, I know they'll bring people from different angles and try to confuse him. But if he has got time, if the O-line can give him time to find people, South Laurel's going to have to chase some people tonight.
And that's part of the quandary for a defense. If you bring too many rushers and Poston eludes them, that leaves an open field for him. He does that quite well, as he has rushed for over almost 450 yards on the year, and the team's leading rusher. So he's a multi-dimensional quarterback. He is quite the weapon.
As promised, John Hines, Paul Wright, segment 2 of the Coaches Show. Let's see what they got to tell us.
Back with Pulaski County Coach Johnny Hines. The Maroons get ready to take on South Laurel, and this is a team that's got some potential.
They do, Paul. They're a very good-looking team off the bus. Big up front, good-looking linemen. They've got some really nice athletes, sleek, fast, very athletic at the skill positions. And, this is a team that they've been building over there for the last 4 or 5 years, and they've got a lot of confidence in this team. They got off to a slow start and lost some games that they probably shouldn't have lost. But there's a lot of confidence in South Laurel, and they believe that this is the year they're going to make a deep run.
This is a team right now that's playing 2 quarterbacks because of an injury, and you don't really know what you're going to see.
True. Their starting quarterback was a kid named Gentry, who
Logan Gentry
did a great job early on in the season, and was injured in the North Laurel game.
Right. We
don't know the extent of his injury. So Dylan Burdine came on to replace him and finish the game against North at the quarterback spot. So we probably won't know until you kick off who's actually going to be playing quarterback for him. So Burdine's a freshman. He's a very good athlete. He's a better runner probably than anything. So we have to expect, if he's in there, a lot of quarterback runs, some option game, those types of plays. And if it's Gentry, they'll be a little more pass-oriented. But it makes it a little tough because they lean either way depending on who's taking the snap. But as I said, they've got some sleek athletes. Deterian Brigance, Casey Fields, Alicia Duggar, Trayton Napier, all these guys can run. They've got good speed. They're elusive. They break tackles well. When they get the ball in their hands, they're dangerous. So it all depends on how the quarterback can run the show. And of course, Jordan Ramey is one of the top. I didn't even mention him, the tailback. He's one of the top rushers in the state, nearing 1,000 yards already in 6 games. So he's had an incredible first part of the season. So they get up and down the field a lot, score a lot of points. They scored 40 points on Bell County.
Right.
that's a pretty nice accomplishment. So, we're looking for a tough deal out of South Laurel.
If you've got a team with two quarterbacks and one that they run the spread as a rule, and then they come in with the guy that might run some option, how hard is that to prepare for?
Well, it is. It's very frustrating for us because, as I said, it's almost like two different offenses.
Right.
You got to be preparing for that spread air game that they would run with Gentry, and then at the same time understand what quarterback runs they're going to throw into that mix if Burdine's taking the snap. So it's two completely different philosophies, and it takes a lot of practice time to deal with each of those. And it's, unfortunately, part of that is wasted practice time because if they play one quarterback the whole time, then all the work we did for the other one is out the window. So it kind of puts us in a tough spot, but I'm proud of our coaches. They've done a good job this week defensively and zeroed in on the things that they do well and the things that we can do to hopefully neutralize that.
Defensively, what this team do?
Well, they're a good old-fashioned 52 defense for those of you that played back in the old days.
Right.
A straight-up nose tackle and two defensive tackles. They call them two defensive ends. They're pretty much 5-man front all the time, two inside linebackers, and they're there to stop the run.
Right.
They put a lot of pressure on the quarterback and try to force you out to the edge and force you to put the ball in the air more than you want to. So that's the styles they want to play. They're big up front, 290, 335, 265 across the front, down 3. Linebackers are very aggressive and move well, 240, 230.
Pretty good linebackers,
guys, and then athletic in the secondary. So they've got the makings of a very, very good defense. They've had trouble in certain games. They gave up a lot of points to Bell County. Other than that, they've had some real solid defensive efforts. So again, we're not real sure what we're going to see.
Right.
We're expecting some cover 4. We're expecting a lot of cover 3, and it's going to be up to Drew to make some decisions as he takes a snap to really get the ball in the right spot.
A little bit different the way that this is played. Don't those defensive ends drop back in pass coverage, almost like outside linebackers in those situations?
Well, in the style of defense that we play, yes. But they don't like to do that. They like to bring those guys a lot. So you're going to see these outside, what we call outside linebackers, they call defensive ends, edge players. And you'll see them more pass rushing than pass dropping. So that's a way they try to get one more after your quarterback than you can protect with and try to force the play a little sooner than normal. The other side of that, which I'm sure you're getting ready to say, puts you a little bit of a weakness in the secondary.
Right.
A lot of times you're in one-on-one situations, and so if we can take advantage of that, then that's going to be a plus for us.
Okay. Are your players as excited as the announcers are to be at home again?
No, without a doubt. It's always fun to play at home. We're looking forward to being at PC Stadium again. Only the second time this year. We're already in October. But it feels like August, so hey.
Well, yeah, that's the truth.
But we're excited about playing home. We're going to have a great crowd. We're excited about the specialty of the evening. Of course, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So we treat it a little bit differently at Pulaski. For us, we want to honor those that have dealt with any kind of cancer, whether it's breast cancer or not. We've all been touched.
Sure.
Someone in our family or close friends that have dealt with cancer. So our kids will be wearing the pink adornments. You'll see that. And each one has a special feeling behind that, trying to honor someone in their family that's had to deal with that awful disease. And so it's an opportunity to do that. So we encourage the fans to wear your pink.
Sure.
If you got something pink, and bring it on out. It's going to be a fun night.
The pressure, I'm not going to say the pressure builds, but you went on the road and you got a district win. Now you can't give one away. So you're back at home, and it's not a must-win situation, but it's a game that you really have to play well in.
You do, and for the district, as I said, to win a district championship, this is kind of the pivotal game because you want to be 1-0 after the first game, and then after the second game, you're going to have 3 levels of teams now. You're going to have teams at the bottom that haven't won a district game yet, and you're going to have teams that have split, and then you're only going to have 1 or 2 that are going to be 2-0. And so if we can get to that 2-0 level in the district, kind of puts us in the driver's seat to win the district championship, and that's what we're after.
Good luck. That's Pulaski County Coach Johnny Hines. This is LakeCumberlandSports.com.
It's time to auction. Who you gonna call? Whether it's a farm, home, personal, or commercial property, Ford Brothers Auctioneers bring home the bacon for your next auction. On-site, simulcast, whatever works best for you, that's what we do. Award-winning marketing to support your auction. And FordBrothersInc.com has the most unique visitors for auctions in the market. Give us a call for your next auction. At Ford Brothers, we're selling the country.
It's time to make your move and save at the Last Chance clearance event at Toyota of Somerset. Take aim at $9,500 off MSRP on new 2019 Toyotas, or 0% financing on select 2019 models, or get up to $4,000 customer rebate. Your turn to save and win on new 2020 Corollas, only $159 a month. And we're paying top dollar for your trade-in. So come on in.
We're all about you.
Leaderships. I'm Mike Kerr along with Dwayne Clark. Paul Wright, the voice of the Maroons, going to join us here in just a second. Dwayne, the captains are headed toward midfield. We're going to trust Paul to watch the toss of the coin because we've got a couple things we need to get in. And our Century 21 Advantage Realty Key Associates, keys to the game. And I'm going to give you my one. You give me your handful.
Okay.
Attitude.
Attitude. Yeah, that's
Do you show up with the attitude of it's your home field, it's an important district game, and maybe their quarterback is hurt, maybe they're running, who knows? Show up and play.
Exactly. You want to have that we're going to win this game attitude.
Yes.
Well, my keys, obviously, you want turnovers and special teams, and that goes without saying. And the other thing is, I think if you're Pulaski, you're favored. You're 1-0. You want to, and much it has to do with what you said, Mike. Attitude. You want to come in and get off to a good start, and don't want to give this South Laurel team any confidence at all.
Keys to the game are brought to you by Century 21 Advantage Realty, Key Associates Realtor Beverly Withers. Where you're on the market to buy or sell a home, be sure and call Beverly at 606-875-2398. Also, our Trader Jack's Fashion Report. We couldn't do it without them. Pulaski County tonight in the gray uniforms over the maroon pants with the traditional Pulaski County silver helmets. Hopefully Paul Wright can read those numbers better than I can. South Laurel is in their standard white uniforms, old school block letter, red numerals, red pants, black helmets. That is your Trader Jack's Fashion Report. Get game day ready at Trader Jack's in Grand Central Place. Open 7 days a week and locally owned and operated means you'll get personal and friendly service so you can put together that perfect outfit or accessories to make you look fabulous. Check out the new fall fashions that are arriving daily. Trader Jack's. I want to thank everybody. A couple things I want to get in as it is Breast Cancer Awareness tonight. If you are in a family and you have not been touched by that horrific breast cancer that is so prevalent, if you've not been touched, say your prayers, thank the good Lord, because most all of us are aware of someone close to us who's been a part of this. Pulaski will be accessorized in pink tonight. There is a sea of pink here of which I joined, and I have taken some serious abuse over the size of this shirt. So anyway, we are so glad you could join us. The other thing is Coach Dean Wilkes is back on the sidelines for Pulaski County tonight. Those of you who don't know, he was injured. I think the scrimmage that we were at Tate's Creek is the last time we've seen him anywhere near the sidelines. He's down there tonight. I don't know how much he will stay, but it is so good to see him back. And when you get a chance to say something, I'm just going to say, Paul Wright, the voice of the Maroons, you're on.
All right, South Laurel won the toss, and they deferred.
Oh.
For Pulaski County, Ethan Fuentes, Paul Judd, Declan Hayes, Dylan Hughes, Michael Hines up front. Braden Gibson, the tight end. The wideouts, Kanan Daniels, Caleb Adams, Jake Sloan, the running back, Donovan Abbott, and the quarterback, Drew Poston. They will start 6 seniors, 1 junior, 2 sophomores, 2 freshmen, and that offensive front goes to 61. For South Laurel, it is Deterian Brigance, Ashton Chestnut, Tristan House, Evan Brown, and Jordan Ramey up front. Ramey may be replaced. We'll see about that. Andrew Harney and Jacob Turner are the backers. Casey Fields, Alicia Duggar are the corners. Dylan Burdine and Trayton Napier are the safeties. 6 seniors, 3 juniors, 1 sophomore, 1 freshman. Their defensive front goes 254, and they have 9 guys go both ways.
Yeah, Dwayne and I kind of kicked that around a little bit while you were doing other stuff in the pregame. If this had been a couple weeks ago, I would not want to be one of those 9 guys. But tonight you've got a little better temperature, a lot better temperature, let's be honest, almost no humidity. So You're asking me to take maybe 115 or 20 snaps if I play on both sides of the ball. I'm going to tell you that's a heavy load, and Pulaski tries to limit that. They will kick. Pulaski will receive. I'm ready to go. I hush. It's your turn.
Thank you, sir. South Florida will move on the football for Pulaski County. Shepard, Adams are deep. And the ball is a short kick that will be taken on a bounce at the 19 by Shepard. Back toward the middle of the field, 25, 30. Finds a seam, 35 out across the 40 and spins to the 43-yard line before he is hit and dropped. First guy on the bottom of the pile for South Laurel is Austin Stamper.
A 28 got the wake-up call, Dwayne.
Yes.
He came ready. Nice run.
Yeah, I noticed him prior to the kick. He's jumping around. He's fired up.
Nice job, Mr. Shepard.
So Pulaski County with good field position. Pat's working back there. He hasn't got time to fiddle with us.
It sounded like a Jimmy Buffett mea culpa back there. I'm not sure what was going on. But all right, I gave the uniforms earlier. I said those pants were maroon. Are they? Mm-hmm. Are they black?
I'll get some glasses.
I'm going black.
There's a penalty, by the way.
Yeah, there was.
Pulaski County that'll back them up 10.
Holding.
Those are black.
Yeah, I said they were after I got them up here in the light where I could see them.
Black with the maroon
Yeah.
on them, and it's going to be
Double.
It's going to be from the spot.
Yep.
So they're back where pretty much he caught the ball at the 20-yard line. Them a yard from where Shepard got it. It's first and 10.
Once again, the one bugaboo last week, way too many penalties, and you started on the opening kick.
Single receiver left, two to the right. And Polston straight back to throw. Got time. Now he tucks it and goes. 25, 30, 35, 40. And hit and dropped. Out across the 40-yard line at the 41 as he got the penalty back. I think Ramey was in on the stop on defense.
So the pregame report that we got that Ramey would not play,
right,
might not have been accurate.
Might not have been. That by the way, is an L&N Federal Credit Union first down.
Yes.
Ball at the 41, first and 10. From the Tennessee sit, they hand off to Abbott. Lets traffic clear. Knifes across the 45 to the 48. Nice patience by the freshman running back. The tackle was made, and unless they've changed some numbers, that was a 16.
It was.
But that is not Logan Gentry. Somebody else is wearing that number tonight. All right, two receivers left, one to the right. Straight back is Polston. Going to dump it off to Abbott on this side, 45, 50 up the sideline, 45, 40-yard line, and bumped out of bounds. They will mark it at the 38-yard line, and another L&N first down for Pulaski County. Polston just waited, and they forget the guy in the flat a lot.
Well, that gives the linebackers time to drop deeper, and then you create more green grass. Again, Cherry with a nice block out here on the edge probably helped get the last 6 or 8 yards of that.
Right. All right. In motion comes Abbott, but they do the little inside shovel pass to Cherry, who gets inside the 35-yard line all the way down to the 30. He's going to pick up 7. They option one way and do the little shovel pass back the other.
I used the word eye candy a couple times last week. That
Yes,
Whitley did some of that. That's exactly what that is. The option guy's there for no other purpose than to cause the linebackers to follow him.
Right. Three receivers right. They hand off straight up the gut to Abbott. He will squirt for a couple of yards before he is hit and dropped.
He took a pretty good shot at the end of that one.
He did. And I am checking numbers on their defense, and a couple of them match.
Yeah.
And a lot of them don't.
That's not unusual for some teams.
Three receivers right on third down, and they're going to say 2 is only gave Abbott a yard or so. Thought he got more than that, but mine doesn't count.
False start.
Yep, there's a flag on the far sideline.
He's signaling offsides, maybe?
Somebody lined up in the neutral zone, you think? They did.
Yep.
You're right, Dwayne. Good call. Good catch.
So an L&N first down on a 5-yard offside penalty.
That's called a free L&N first down.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's just a mental error. You got probably the guy on the edge out there who split about 10 yards out may have been lined up in the neutral zone.
Gibson, the tight end on the left side. Those 3 wideouts are bunched up on the right.
Cox in the backfield.
He is. There's Tristan for the first time tonight. And he goes out in motion to the left side. Poston takes it.
Oh.
Straight back. Got a man wide open. Fires it down there. Catch is made. Touchdown. Braden Gibson. Got behind the defense right down the seam. Mike saw it about a tenth of a second before Poston did.
That is a Citizens National Bank foot. What happened is the motion brought the linebacker out with the corner, and they let the tight end go straight, and there was nobody to chuck him and nobody to pick him up, and that's as easy a touchdown throw as you get.
9:02 in the first. Pulaski County on the board 6-0 with an extra point forthcoming from Jackson McAlpin. Out of the hold of Caleb Adams.
Rumor has it he dyed that mustache pink.
I'm not going to say anything. Kick is up and it's blocked.
Wow.
But with 9:02 to go in the first quarter, the Randall D. Turpin scoreboard says Pulaski County 6, South Laurel nothing.
Since 1920, Citizens National Bank has been located on the Fountain Square in downtown Somerset, and it's been their home for nearly 100 years. Lots of their customers live and work here. Over half of the bank's team, 72 employees to be exact, work downtown, and now more than ever, Citizens National Bank is excited to be a part of the downtown community. They love downtown Somerset. They're here to stay. Citizens National Bank, moving forward together. Member FDIC. Yeah, when Mike sees something that quick, you can figure it was a blown assignment. You know, last year we watched this South team. They gamble a lot.
Yes.
They send a lot of people. They do a lot of things, and just the little bit of the motion of Cox caused the defense to overreact to what he was doing. And anyway, that's an easy 6.
Here's what we expect for South Laurel. Tristan House, Andrew Harney, Jamison Carson, Blaze Deeds, and Ashton Chestnut across the front. Casey Fields, Elisha Duggar, Trayton Napier, and Deterian Brigance are the receivers. The running back, Jordan Ramey, and the quarterback, Dylan Burdine. It's Pulaski's defense for you after the kick from one Jacob Shepard. Did a pretty good job kicking it last couple of weeks, and this one will bounce. Nope, at the 13-yard line taken. And straight up the gut to the 20, 25, 30, out near the 35-yard line. That's Napier. Ball comes loose. He spins loose and gets to the 35.
My bad, partner. I thought the ball came out. That was him.
All right. For Pulaski County, Ryan Dye, Jordan Weiner, and Aiden Wesley up front. Chase Parmley, Tristan Cox, Connor Hargis, and Caden Dobbs to the backers. Jacob Shepard and Caleb Adams to the corners, the safeties. Evan Mercer and Jericho Dixon. I see we may have a couple of changes there. I do see Devin Tolson in at end, and I do see that Evan Mercer is not starting. They will start Ethan Mills.
He was on the kick team. He just came out.
Okay. Single receiver left, 3 to the right. And they take it, hand off to Ramey, and he will get across the line of scrimmage and pick up almost 4. Straight up the gut. Tolson was in on the middle of that, and as well was Weiner and Cox.
So Ramey's not going to play tonight.
That was the first thing I heard, but I might have been misinformed.
We might have been lied to.
Well, you never know.
Sometimes.
2 receivers each way. And Parmley was bluffing going. They come up throwing the football over through the receiver out at the 48-yard line.
The receiver chopped the route off. If he keeps running, that's in the seam. That one's got a chance.
Well, he's wearing number 16.
And that's not Gentry. I don't know who it is.
Well, whoever he is, he's about 5'10", 170 pounds. So if you knew who I'm talking about, that's him.
I'll find out when I get the opportunity.
Okay.
All right. 2 receivers each way. And they throw the wide receiver screen out, dropped it.
Got to catch it, Johnny Hines says.
Yeah. So it will bring up 4th down.
Do they have a crew here?
Yes.
Well, I can go find out.
That's what I got the information from before.
Turn me down. I'll find out who it is.
All right. So it will bring up a 4th down and call it 6 from the 38-yard line.
I was looking for – I don't see a number 5 out there.
Yeah, he was the guy who returned the kick.
5 is snapping the ball now. So.
Ramey in punt formation. The deep guy is Caleb Adams.
So they've mixed up the numbers on us.
Yeah, that happens. And a snap is over Ramey's head. He goes back, tries to scoop it up and can't. People diving on the ball, and I think Pulaski County is going to come up with it.
They do.
Connor Hargis and Caden Dobbs fall on the football back inside the 20-yard line, and Pulaski County will set up in the red zone at the 15-yard line.
That's a 23-yard loss, plus Pulaski picks up the ball. Wow.
8:09 to go. Pulaski's second possession of the game, and they are already in the Rick Barker red zone.
We talked about them getting off to a good start. They've got their opportunity now, Paul.
Yes, they do.
Mike is back.
He is back in the house. What'd you learn?
Brigance.
Thank you. All right, single receivers each way. Pulaski after the turnover. And Poston fakes it to Abbott, rolls left, looks for a place to go, fires to the corner, underthrows the receiver. Coming across, that Adams or Sloan? Nope, it was Gibson. Again, tried to go to him and just underthrown a little bit. Second down and 10.
All right, I walked down to the other booth, and, you can't see out because we're in the hallway.
Yes.
Pulaski's got the football. Tell me what happened so I don't have to stay up and watch the replay tonight.
They snapped it over Ramey's head.
Thank you.
And Pulaski recovered.
So Pulaski got into the Rick Barker red zone free.
That is correct, sir. Single receiver each way, tight end each way. Abbott's the back. Poston takes it straight back to throw. Got some time, fires it to the corner of the end zone, overthrows Sloan. If he'd have turned the other way first, he might have had a shot at it. Comes up a little long. It's third down and 10.
Everywhere 80 goes tonight, he will have double coverage. I have seen it early, and you're going to continue to see it. The safety on that side is occupied if Sloan is on the field.
So like a lot of teams do, Brigance picked up Gentry's number after he went out with an injury.
Yeah, it's a team thing.
Yeah, I understand. Poston takes it, hands off to Abbott, wades into the hole, is going to get 3 or so, call it 3 to the 12.
So they're saying fumble.
Well, South has the football.
And they're coming out, so the ball was stripped loose, and South Laurel comes up with it inside the 15.
Wow, those are never a good time for a fumble. No. Don't take that the wrong way, but you fumble in scoring position, that's never a good thing.
Wow.
Turner came up with the football, by the way. Jacob Turner.
Two receivers to the left, 3 to the right. They try to hand it off to Napier. Ball comes out again. And Pulaski County says they've got it back. Ryan Dye says, I'll take that.
Ryan Dye left no doubt.
And he just tried to hand it to Napier going by, and they just missed it. Did I set Pulaski's offense or defense earlier? I don't know that I did.
I don't think you did.
I will do that next time they come out there.
You haven't had a lot of chances.
Yeah, favor play for a while.
Oh, never mind.
They call – no. Are you kidding me?
What did we call?
They called it dead. South Laurel had the football. They couldn't have called it dead. He fumbled it before he ever moved.
Yeah.
They said South Laurel got it, but Dye came up with the ball, so I don't know. Second down, regardless of what I think. And Burdine turns the wrong direction, and Parmalee and Cox get back in the backfield and drop him inside the 10. They will mark it at the 9. It will bring up third down and 14.
Abbott, I think, got a piece of that too, didn't he, off the backside. So right now, if you're Pulaski, no penalty right here, nothing silly, and, keep it in front of the sticks and you'll get the ball back in good position.
Absolutely.
Boy, the fundamental exchange has been rough tonight.
Single receiver left, 3 to the right. And again, they hand off straight up the gut, finds a hole, 15-20, out to the 23, 24-yard line, and that's going to be
first down.
Enough for a first down as Ramey with a nice hard run behind the left side of that offensive line. I will set Pulaski's defense for you. Ryan Dye, Jordan Wanner, Devin Tolson, Chase Parmalee, Tristan Cox, Connor Hargis, Caden Dobbs are the backers, Jacob Shepard and Caleb Adams are the corners, and it's Jericho Dixon, Ethan Mills starting at safety. And South Laurel's got a first down, and they take it. Hand off again, back to the same spot. Not as much on this play as Lanter and Hargis combine to meet Mr. Ramey and shove him backwards after he picks up, a couple of yards out to the 26. Second down and 8.
Ramey kind of reminds you of the running back from last year, Paul, Ace Allen.
Yes. They hand off again, and he will get a yard. And again, it's Tolson and Parmalee and Ramey right now. Got a pretty good run on that first play to get the first down. The last couple of plays, he's taking a beating.
Not so much.
No, 3rd and 7.
Yeah, and it's not a turnover, but if you're Pulaski, the fumbling inside your own red zone and then allowing a third and huge yardage for a run, Defense ought to be a little angry about that.
Halfway through the first quarter, 6-0 Pulaski on the Randall D. Turpin scoreboard. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left, and Burdine will roll right, fire it to the side. He's got a receiver across the 30, and I think he's going to be a bit short. That's Duggar, and they're going to mark it at the 33, looks like, and that's a yard short. It's be 4th and a yard.
Real good job of secondary players getting there, though, because Duggar was stood up on the sidelines and was about a yard from the marker, and they kept that from happening, and it looks like South is going to go for it.
Yeah, Shepard and maybe Dobbs from that linebacker spot over there. Johnny on the spot. 4th and a yard. Hard count?
Yes.
That's the first thing you consider is they're going to go hard count. Now they're down under 20 seconds, and they're still looking at each other. I think the discussion's on the sidelines.
Yeah, they may.
Of what it is they're going to want to do.
They may either run the clock down and take a timeout.
Well, they've got it down to 10. They're going to have to get in a hurry if they're not going to take a timeout.
I think that's the call.
That's the call. I'm going to go with you on that. I should have never doubted you.
I'm writing it down.
And Burdine takes the timeout with 4:53 to go in the first quarter. Pulaski County up 6-0 on the Randall D. Turpin scoreboard.
Be sure to join us at halftime for the Henderson Chiropractic halftime show. 5 mad minutes will be in the middle of that, I think.
Right.
Also, Henderson Chiropractic, committed to relieving your pain using the true principles of chiropractic care. Their caring, helpful team strives for excellence through extraordinary service and patient education. Dr. Henderson provides chiropractic care for injuries that occur during sports, auto accidents, work-related activities, or just everyday wear and tear. Experience you need, results you want. That's Henderson Chiropractic. Also, Skip Cottrell's Tire Pros. A flat tire really make this road trip better, said no one ever, which is why Skip Cottrell's Tire Pros makes taking care of your tires simpler. They offer a straightforward approach to tire and auto service. It includes nationwide warranties, hassle-free experience, so you can get back to when being on the move was carefree. Skip Cottrell's Tire Pros, hassle-free, guaranteed. Find out more online at skipstirePros.com.
Hey, Mike, the cheerleaders are wearing pink jerseys.
Yes.
With numbers on them.
I like that. Now, I don't know. Is that something?
I don't know. We see some.
It's their graduation year, I think, because 20, 21.
I see a 23.
If they get to 40, I'm wrong on that,
I
by
see
the way.
more than 122 and more than 123, so you may be right.
It's a good guess, wasn't it?
If
For me.
if it's not, it should be a penalty. 2 receivers to the left.
Well, they can't be there at the same time.
That's exactly right. 2 to the right.
You noticed that. I hadn't noticed it.
From the pistol, Burdine has Ramey behind him. They are going for it on 4th and a yard. In motion goes Brigance. They dump it out to Brigance and threw it behind him. They tried to throw a little pass out into the flat to Brigance, and Burdine just threw it behind him, and Pulaski takes over on downs at the 33-yard line.
Some guy named 22 was supposed to have bit on that fake to the running back, and Parmley forgot to bite. He was there waiting on the receiver. That's a huge turnover, and
Yes,
if you're Donnie Burdine, you just rolled the dice early or midway through the first quarter, little plus, and on the road, that's that's a sign of desperation. I don't mean they're in desperate shape, but that's a sign you don't trust your defense.
2 receivers each way, stacked up. The back is Cox, who takes the handoff, gets to the 30, 25, and inside there before he is hit and ridden down by Willoughby, the freshman. And it will be 2nd down and a yard.
That's 9 nice yards right there. That big man is he runs downhill pretty good.
Pulaski's in the shadow of that red zone.
Mm-hmm.
And they hand off to Cox. No, Polston faked it, kept it, dived, got the first down to the 20-yard line. Are you kidding me?
Good night.
He was wrapped up at the 25. The only guy that bit the fake was me. And he just wiggled out of it and lunged and got the on-in first down on strength as much as anything else.
And has the nose of the football just on the 20-yard line, so we're going to say in the Rick Barker red zone.
Yep, it's 1st and 10 from the 20. Single receiver each way, tight end each way. The back is Cox. Polston takes it, fakes it, steps up, fires it over the middle, got a receiver, overthrows
Double
Gibson,
handful.
but a flag is going to come in on Duggar, who was holding him. That'll be a pass interference. Should be 1st and goal from the 10.
Yeah, Elijah Duggar, one hand on the jersey is probably going to get you caught, but when you grab him with both of them in the back, you're probably going to get – it's a good – had he not held him, it's probably 6.
Probably.
So all you're going to get is half a distance penalty here, so it's not a bad play.
And it is 1st and goal from squarely on the 10-yard line. 3:47 to go first quarter. 6-0 Pulaski.
Again, no help there, though. That was a corner trying to play a safe or a receiver on a slot. Tough.
Same formation. And they hand off to Cox, angle to the left side, makes a cut at the 10, inside the 5, down to the 3.
We see when Pulaski in short yardage, when they're looking for yardage, they like to run left. They kind of like that left side of this offensive line.
Yes, sir.
Well, Hargis has come in. Do you think they're going to go into some sort of monster package or combo? Or?
The answer is yes.
Okay.
And the guy on the back of the pile, believe it or not, is one Elias Sanchez.
That's what I was wondering. I was trying to get a number. Now we get a false start against Pulaski.
Yes.
Yeah, back them up 5. It'll be.
And the whole personnel package will change.
Yes. It is 2nd down. They had first on the board.
It was Sanchez, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You spotted it. I couldn't tell till he came this direction.
Ball just inside the 9-yard line. Call it 2nd and goal from the 9. The regular offense checks back in.
Yeah, once again, somebody that's not a trick play. It's a new formation, and somebody probably didn't get set.
Sanchez is saying if y'all hadn't moved, I'd have scored.
I was getting ready to score.
That's right. 3 receivers right, 2 to the left, an empty backfield, and Poston rolls right. Got time, dumps it over the middle, got a receiver wide open, touchdown, Caleb Adams.
My eyes deceived me on that Citizens National Bank touchdown. Did Adams not catch that cleanly with the first read?
No, I don't think he did. Bobbled it.
I thought he did. Okay, that's just me, but it is a Citizens National Bank touchdown. All right, they've made the kicker mad. I started to say earlier, I think he dyed his mustache pink tonight, but I'm not sure. Kickers are unique people. McAlpin, that's the second one he's missed all year, I think.
Adams will hold for McAlpin. Snaps down, kick is up, and this one hits the bar and missed it. That's 2 in one game. You won't see that again.
It's Halloween.
12-0 Pulaski County with 2:48 to go, first quarter.
It's Ford Truck Month at Alton Blakely Ford in Somerset. Listen to these deals. New 2019 F-150 Super Cab 4-doors as low as $29,995 plus tax, license fees, or choose 0% APR for 72 months plus $1,000 cash back with approved credit. F-Series Pickups, America's best-selling pickup truck for the last 42 years. Save up to $32.19 on the new 2019 Ford Ranger Crew Cabs, or Ranger Super Cruise, excuse me. Save up to $74.13 on the new 2019 Ford Super Duties in stock. Farm Bureau members save an additional $500 off the purchase of a new Ford. Want to thank the good folks down at Alton Blakely and Entrust Counseling Service. Proud to offer psychiatry, counseling, case management, medication assistance, and family practice services all under one umbrella. Please call them at 676-0638. Check out their new website at entrust-healthcare.com to get services started today. You can also find them on Facebook. Paul?
Thank you, sir. Jacob Shepard with the ball on the tee at the 40. And Napier's the deep guy on this side, and he will run up and try to make the catch, bobble it, and fall down at the 19-yard line. So juggled it, bobbled it, fell on it at the 19, and South Laurel will take over it right there, down 2 scores.
Probably as critical a series for this offense of South Laurel as they're going to see tonight. If they don't put something together, you give it back to PC and you find yourself down 3 scores if they can do something with the football, and that's a bigger margin than you really want if you're a ground-oriented football team.
It's not a matter of scoring right here. It's a matter of having something positive happen.
Yes, they need a couple of first downs anyway.
2 receivers left, one to the right. From the pistol is Burdine. Takes it, hands off to Ramey, comes to the right side, gets hit in the backfield and dropped. That was one Connor Hargis.
Number
got
7.
There first. Yes, sir. He's going to pick up a yard, maybe just a shade more. Call it 2nd down and 9 from the 20.
Give me a little something on Connor Hargis.
Yes, sir.
21 tackles short of becoming the all-time leading tackler in PC football history.
Counting that one?
No, coming into the game, okay. 21. And John Hines looked at him and did this the other. He went 21 like that, and Connor said, maybe not tonight, but I'm going to try.
2 receivers each way. In motion goes Brigance, takes the little shovel pass, tries to get to the corner and does not. He will squirt across the 20-yard line, but I think they're going to mark him down in that vicinity.
That was a really nice play, and if I'm not mistaken, it's 23 getting up off the grass out there. That's a DN all the way out of
Wesley.
That's all the way out at the boundary.
Yes, sir. Wesley. So actually, if we lost a foot or two, it's still 3rd and 9.
That was Wesley, though, wasn't
Yes, sir.
Having trouble a little bit with the numbers, not because there's anything wrong with them. I just can't see.
Yeah, he's in, and he was the backside defense on that play. Burdine will roll right on 3rd and 9. Got a guy wide open, threw it behind him. Mills was coming up in coverage, but if the pass is on target and Napier turns his head in time, that's a big one.
If Napier goes toward the football, you get a pass interference call out of that too.
Right.
But it was between him and Mills, and he never made an adjustment on the football.
Did not.
Like you said, I'm not sure his head got around.
No, I don't think he saw it in time. Ramey back in punt formation. The last one of these was an adventure. And Caleb Adams is at midfield. How many plays does Pulaski run in their end? A couple? Ramey gets the snap away, and Adams comes over, takes a fair catch, or doesn't. Ball comes out. Pulaski's going to dive on it at the 48-yard line.
He will hear about that. They don't want you to catch it in traffic like that. And
that, by the way, is the first appearance of one Mr. Trey Price.
Talked to him at practice this week. He said he had been cleared. He didn't know how many snaps he was going to get, but it's great to see him back out there.
Yes, sir, and he took a snap right there that was important because he covered a fumble at the 48-yard line.
Well, he's already paid his dues.
Yes, sir. Already made a profit.
Young man was going to be the lead running back on his football team and messed a shoulder up for the second time in 2 years.
Yes, sir.
And he's back out there, and that is good to see.
1:20 to go. Pulaski 1st and 10 at the South Laurel 48. 2 receivers left and 2 tight ends on the right side. And Polston takes it, fans it out, and going to throw it long downfield. Got a guy behind the defense. He will turn and go the distance. Jake Sloan, how easy was that? The man that threw the football, by the way, won Brady Kane.
By the way, I think Brady Kane for the season now is 2 for 2.
Yes, sir.
2 touchdowns?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
So 48 yards from Kane, who came in motion, took the backward pass from Poston, lobbed it downfield. Sloan takes it in for the score. It's 18-0 with 1:08 to go in the first.
Told you I spent about an hour talking to Grandpa yesterday. John Kane and I sat there and solved most of the football situations that will ever occur again in this world. And he was so proud of Brady, and that is awesome. I'm sure he's pumped right now.
Try a third PAT tonight. This one is up through the uprights and good. 1:08 to go in the first. Pulaski County on top. 19-0 on the Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard.
Magic Monograms have moved to 110 Creek Terrace, conveniently located off North Highway 27 between Big Lots and Backyard Burger. The place for custom embroidery, screen printing, and so much more. They can put your designs on medical and athletic uniforms, corporate and school apparel. Find them on Facebook. Search Magic Monograms and Embroidery. Also at White's Cabinets, they provide their customers with friendly service. They value your business, and it's their mission to provide reliable products and services. The courteous and professional team at White's Cabinet Design Center can turn your vision into reality. Visit the White's Cabinet Design Center on the corner of South 27 and Slate Branch Road to learn more about what they can do for you. You are listening to Quick Care Walk-In Clinic and Med Park West High School Football, presented by the Don Franklin family of dealerships. And tonight, our video game, the Buffalo Wings and Rings Video Game of the Week. And, Paul, so far, the home boys are doing okay.
Yes, sir. If you're down at Buffalo Wings and Rings, I've been there since lunch, but if you're down there.
You were there at lunch.
I was, if you're there. Hey, guys. Jacob Shepard will move on the football. And it's heading toward Napier. He will take the line drive at a 13-yard line toward the middle of the field. 20. Tries to get to the outside, finds a little bit of a seam, turns it up 25-30, and is ridden down just shy of the 35-yard line on the far side. That is one Caden Dobbs on the stop. See where they mark it. It'll be first down for South Laurel. They're going to give him the 35.
That was a good kick return, though. There really wasn't a seam to blow it up the middle, but you just kept stretching and stretching, and nice return.
Yeah, he was able to get to the corner.
Yep.
It's the best field position the Cardinals have had, isn't it?
Yeah, they have struggled.
3 receivers right, 1 left. Ramey in the backfield with Dylan Burdine. Takes it, hands off to Ramey, straight up the gut, a yard, maybe 2 before the pile goes backwards. He is taking a beating on those runs.
Yeah, that's somebody's told this Pulaski bunch. This kid's got almost 1,000 yards rushing, and he's a marked man.
Cox and Dixon and maybe Lanner, and they're going to give him 2 to the 37, 2nd down and 8. This will be the last half minute here of the first quarter.
Probably can't come too soon for South Laurel.
This is true. 2 receivers each way from that pistol. And the quarterback runs into the back, gets away from it, throws it incomplete. The Pulaski's got a player down at the 40-yard line.
They sure do.
Have to see who that is. But again, he threw it behind the receiver.
Well, again, you fake to the running back, and then the running back is trying to get back with the quarterback as he's dropping deeper to throw the pass, and runs into his quarterback. I mean, it's kind of hard enough to look for the enemy, let alone friendly fire.
I'm not sure.
Me either.
That may be 21.
It is.
That's Trey Price again.
I thought that was, but I was waiting for someone else to confirm
I've got the glasses. I won't guarantee it. It's a leg this time.
Yeah, that's the only thing I could say that might be a positive is it looked like it was not a shoulder. Give us a chance to remind you that the halftime show is coming up, the Henderson Chiropractic halftime show. We will have 5 Mad Minutes as a portion of that, and I can't wait for that. Keeping stats and the correct scores is important to players, coaches, and fans. The same can be said about keeping your taxes and finances in order. For over 26 years, Randall D. Turpin CPA has been doing just that. If accounting's not your thing, let the pros at Randall D. Turpin CPA do it for you. Proud sponsor of the Randall D. Turpin scoreboard located on Parkers Mill Road in Somerset.
You hate to see that for the young man.
Yeah, I'm just
yeah, and I didn't see anybody in the vicinity.
Well,
just one of those turf things, and he is not putting any weight on that right leg, and that's all we know.
Yeah, Fuentes and another one of the linemen are helping him get to the bench. But
all right, 3rd down and 8. They throw a little swing pass out to Napier, who cuts it up at the 40 and is hit and dropped at the 41-yard line, and people flying in late. You got to be careful with that. That was Hargis and Shepard. And that will probably be the last play of the first quarter. It is 19-0, and Pat's got some stuff he's going to do, Michael.
Ford offers complimentary lifetime powertrain protection with every qualifying new and pre-owned vehicle we sell. Engine covered, transmission covered, drive axles covered for life. You're covered as long as you own it. And that's on every qualifying new and pre-owned car, truck, and SUV, even diesel trucks. Shop with complete confidence and peace of mind with Alton Blakely's complimentary lifetime powertrain protection program. Alton Blakely Ford, South Highway 27 Somerset, and AltonBlakely.com. Honda offers complimentary lifetime powertrain protection with every qualifying new and pre-owned vehicle we sell. Engine covered, transmission covered, drive axles covered for life. You're covered as long as you own it. And that's on every qualifying new and pre-owned car, truck, van, and SUV, even diesel trucks. Shop with complete confidence and peace of mind with Alton Blakely's complimentary lifetime powertrain protection program. Alton Blakely Honda, South Highway 27 Somerset, and abhonda.com.
Of South Laurel to the tune of 19-0 after 1, Michael.
A pretty good quarter for Pulaski County, except we see 21 being stretched out on the table down here, and it is a lower leg type thing, we think. And anyway, we hate to see that, but 4th, and looks like South is thinking of going for it again.
They are. 2 receivers each way on 4th and 4 from their own 41. Burdine will throw it down in the flat to Ramey. He'll cut it up and get right at the sticks and then shake loose and get the first down for sure at the 46-yard line.
That's effort.
Yes, sir. Hargis and Mercer and Huff in on the play, but Jordan Ramey did a nice job of picking up the last couple of yards on that play.
You run into this situation very early in the season. You got a team that has to have a win on the road tonight, and so you're facing a lot of 4th downs.
We mentioned Mercer was out there. Wesley has played. Leighton Abbott just comes off the field. And going right down the sideline a long way. Nice catch made it to 35. and then drilled out of bounds by Mercer was Duggar. But that was a good play for South Laurel as they're going to pick up, 19 yards on the play, maybe 18 to the 35.
Yeah, the corner got lost over there. That's the linebacker having to make that play at the boundary on the wide receiver.
And Johnny Hines did not like what he saw. There's a timeout, Pulaski right there, Mike.
Johnny Hines, for once, you and I are in full agreement. Toyota of Somerset timeout. Toyota of Somerset has been a proud member of the community since 1988, and they're proud to sponsor local high school sports. Toyota of Somerset, multiple winner of the Toyota President's Award as well as the Dealer Rater Award. Whether you're looking for one of their 18 different new vehicle models, a certified pre-owned vehicle, or a top-quality used vehicle, Toyota of Somerset will help you own a vehicle for less. They accept every credit application, and their lending sources have millions of dollars to lend. They're located at Stoplight 23 or online at toyotaofsomerset.com, and they're always open until the last customer is served. That's Toyota of Somerset, where they are all about you.
1st and 10 from the Pulaski 35. Deepest, started to say, penetration of the night for South Laurel. They'll send 2 receivers each direction on 1st down, and Burdine will fake it, keep it, and be hit by Parmley and Hargis and gain a yard or so on the play, 2nd down and 9. And I'll tell you what, there's 2 or 3 times they're getting a pretty good spot.
They got one there.
They did.
Yeah. Burdine is a small freshman.
Yes.
And that was a designed run, though.
It was. 3 receivers left, 1 right. He fakes it to Ramey, looks to throw, pumps fakes, and then throws it. Napier makes a man miss, 30, 25, spins back and is pumped out of bounds at the 22-yard line by Caleb Adams.
That's your dreaded RPO, the run-pass option play, and the quarterback starts down the line of scrimmage. He becomes a potential runner, and that occupies some people, and then the receiver finds an open spot out there, and they hook up, and it's a nice play.
He faked to Bergance.
He did.
Thought better of it and found Napier wide open. 3 receivers to the right, and Burdine fakes, rolls right, got a man in the slot again, turns at the 15 to the 10, and is going to be ridden down right there in that vicinity. Mercer is in on the play again. He is beginning to throw passes in this game that we've seen them throw the last 3 or 4 years. Just a little 6-8 yard dumps down the field with the receiver just finding a seam.
You don't have time to get to him.
No.
That's the one advantage. And the other thing is Pulaski plays 2 deep safeties.
Right.
And as a result, there's some openings.
2 receivers left, 1 to the right from the 10. Turns, hands off to Ramey, gets into the hole, and is going to get a yard or so.
Still up, but
they
blew a whistle.
blow it dead. It was Hargis and Ryan Dye on the play. 10-20 in clock counting, 2nd quarter, 19-0 Pulaski. South Laurel threatening.
Ramey, I like the running back. I mean, he does not give up on any play. That was stuffed at the line of scrimmage. It's pretty easy to go ahead, take the contact, go down. And he never did get to the turf.
He's got about the same weight as the Sloan kid from Wayne County, although he's not as tall
or quick.
But he runs a little bit like
he does.
2 receivers each way. And Burdine takes it, throws it to the corner of the end zone, incomplete. Trying to get it to Duggar. Pulaski with good coverage from Shepard. Mercer in the area as well. 3rd and goal.
Yeah, they ran sort of a ladder. There was one guy at about the goal line and one about 6 yards into the end zone, and all that does is bring an extra defender over there, and that would have had to have been a perfectly thrown football. By the way, this is a Turner Realty Group 3rd down of a big one.
It is. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right, and he bumps into Ramey, hands him the football, and he's going to get to the 7-yard line. Hit and dropped by Dye and Cox and somebody else on the bottom of that pile if they get up. Yeah, thought so. Connor Hargis. And it will be 4th and goal.
You can write this down.
Yes.
If South scores here, they're in this game, and you might be in for a fight.
Right.
If they don't score here, the air may come out.
Yeah. 4th and 7. Burdine takes it, rolls right, getting pressure from behind, sets, fires it down to the goal line. It bounces, incomplete. Pulaski County will take over on downs at the 7.
Hargis chased him to the point that
did.
He released that one way before he wanted to.
Yeah, Hargis chased him almost to the sideline. He had no place to go. He had to get rid of it.
So the Turner Realty Group 3rd down and 4th down in that series.
You can give them 2 on that one.
We'll give them 2, but again, a big hold. And now South, you're down 3. scores, 19-0 on the Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard. But if you let Pulaski take it and drive it down the field, you going for it on fourth down, I have no problem with.
Right.
Getting down there and not being able to finish hurts the cause.
It does. Single receiver left, single receiver right, 2 tight ends, and the running back is Evan Cherry.
They've been judicious about getting the ball to Sloan. He's only got, one catch?
Timeout, Pulaski.
Not enough players. They were short an A-back.
That's 2, isn't it, Dwayne?
Yes.
So 9:09 to go in the half. Pulaski up 19-0.
At the conclusion of this game, we will present a Somerset Community College. Well, they were going to till his voice died. Player of the game. Somerset Community College is your community college. They have the lowest tuition rates in the state, flexible class schedule, small class sizes, and quality education is close to home. Choose from technical degrees for high-demand jobs or transfer degrees for four-year institutions. They're the best choice for education and training. Whatever you need, they have it for you here at SCC. Apply today at somerset.kctcs.edu. SCC, a real college with real people and real success. Also, we will present a Modern Systems Defender of the game at the conclusion of this game, and that will all be done inside the Ford Brothers Auctioneers post-game show.
Thank you, sir. Welcome to A Few Minutes in My World. 2 receivers left, one to the right.
Took my breath away or something. I don't know.
Poston takes it, hands off to Cherry behind the left side, 5, 10, 15, 20.
L&N first down.
Before he is hit and dropped, Brigance and Willoughby on the stop.
All right, I trust your eyes better than mine, both of you two. Cherry looked quick tonight.
He did.
He did through that hole.
He did. Behind the left side of that offensive line, 1st and 10 from the 21. Tennessee set with 2 backs on first down. And Poston will fake it and roll. Fryer over the middle. He's got a receiver. That is Sloan at the 33-yard line. And an L&N first down with another catch for Jake.
Nice route, though. They ran Sloan as the second receiver coming into that area if they'd already ran a guy to the boundary. That was not an easy pitch and catch, and Sloan and Poston made it look easier than it really was.
Poston, nice job of rolling to the right and getting that one out there. 2 receivers to the right, or left, excuse me, come to the right side of Sloan. And straight back is Poston, got all day, now rolling to the left. Sits, fires it. He's got a receiver behind the defense. Great catch at the 40. That's Adams. Shakes loose at the 35, 30, 25. Down the sideline inside the 20-yard line. Pulaski ball at the 17-yard line inside the Rick Barker red zone.
Wow. I will say this.
Yes.
When you see the defense, as soon as Sloan came in motion, you see the whole defense shift to this side of the field. The safety comes out.
Yes.
The other safety's left to basically defend the entire middle of the field and the other boundary. And great catch by Adams.
How good a catch was that?
That was pretty good.
3 receivers right, tight end on the left side. Running back is Donovan Abbott. Poston takes it straight back. Got plenty of time. Now it breaks. He rolls left, trying to get to the outside. Does so. A stiff arm inside the 15. They will mark him at the 11. A gain of, 6 on the play. And it will bring up a, where are they going to put it?
They're putting it down.
They'll put it right at the 10, aren't
Closer
they?
to the 10, yeah.
So it is 2nd down and 3 from the 10. 7:40 to go in the half. Pulaski up 19. Single receiver each way. Tight end each way. Kind of a pistol formation. Poston hands off to Abbott. Straight up the gut. We'll get a yard or 2 before he is hit and dropped. First guy there was Willoughby again on the play. Pulaski has Christian Slavey, the sophomore, in at a tight end.
Is that old number 6?
It is, over on the left side.
I picked him up going across the screen there, yeah.
3rd down and a yard. And Poston fakes it, rolls outside the defense, sets, fires it back toward the middle. Got a man wide open in the middle. Speaking of old number 6, that's a touchdown for Christian Slavey.
A Citizens National Bank touchdown, and Mr. Slavey, welcome to the touchdown club.
Absolutely. 6:53 to go, 2nd quarter. Pulaski County scores again.
The officials are having a confab.
All right, let's see what develops out of it.
Yeah, nobody has. Well, we're going to get a white hat.
I see a flag.
An eligible man downfield.
All right, so
never mind.
For the second time tonight, maybe a score is coming off the board.
So
Slavey, you're not welcome at the touchdown club, but you should have been.
Yet, yes.
Okay.
As Kay Wood would say, hold the phone.
Yeah, let's hold the phone.
They will mark it back out at the 13-yard line. And Pulaski will have a 3rd down and 6.
Got a note from Josh McKinney, 7-0 North Laurel, end of 1.
Interesting. 2 receivers left, one to the right. Poston takes it, hands off to Abbott, flips it back to Adams, coming to the right side at the 15, 10, 5, down to the 3, maybe the 2-yard line for Caleb Adams, and that's an L&N first down. Just a little
they got a player
reverse.
down too, Paul.
They do. So Pulaski County with a 1st and goal, but we have an injured man for the Cardinals right now. 6:44 to go in the half. Pulaski up 19-0 while we have a break in the action.
Pulaski is in the Rick Barker red zone, and I will remind you that Rick Barker, Godby Realty and Auction, names you know, names you can trust, real estate and auction services for farm, commercial, residential, and personal. Godby Realty and Auction has 49 years experience in the real estate and auction business, and they're ready to put that to work for you. Go online at godbyrealty.com for more information. And we mentioned earlier the Turner Realty Group 3rd downs in real estate, working with the right people matters. Barry Turner, broker and co-owner at Turner Realty Group, knows the ropes. Over the years, Turner Realty Group has developed excellent relationships with their clients. See for yourself on their Zillow profile with more reviews than anyone else in the Lake Cumberland region. Turner Realty Group is just off Highway 27 between lights 21 and 22. Call 679-SOLD or go online at shopsomersethomes.com.
All right, back to the jumbo package, and one number 88. Back there again, it's Elias Sanchez. 1st and goal from the 2. In front of him, Leighton Abbott, Connor Hargis. I'd get behind those guys.
Maybe.
There's the snap. Sanchez goes behind those 2 guys, and he will get into the end zone standing up.
Look at this celebration on the sidelines. They got to see a guy who doesn't carry the football score a touchdown.
Yes, sir.
And that's a big deal. That is a Citizens National Bank touchdown. And the score will ease on out to 25, if my math is good, awaiting the extra
correct.
point.
First running score of the night for Pulaski.
I'm guessing that is his first career
It is.
touchdown.
I'm pretty sure of that one,
Yes, sir.
because you saw the bench just go.
Yes, sir. McAlpin out of the hold of Caleb Adams to tack on the PAT. Low snap. Adams will scoop it up, try to run. Hitting the backfield, wanting to throw it. Now he goes back the other direction. At the 10, runs by one guy. Can he get to the corner? The answer is going to be
yes.
Yes. Gave up the body right there and dived into the corner of the end zone. 2-point conversion. Caleb Adams, 27-0.
Wow, that is want to.
Yes, sir.
He knew, what do they call that, the helicopter?
That's exactly
when
what it
you
was.
get airborne like that and you catch your legs. And Kayla, that's a heck of a play, young man.
Wasn't quite as good as the kid from Mississippi State a couple weeks ago, but it was same philosophy.
Yeah, but he was wearing the wrong color, so
Yeah.
I wasn't too excited about him doing it anyway.
Well, that was the week before.
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
But anyway, Adams gives up the body, gets the 2 points, 6:38 to go. The Randall D. Turpin scoreboard says 27-0 before halftime.
Since 1979, Modern Systems has been defending communities all across Kentucky and are proud to be part of the communities they serve, committing time and sponsorship to numerous charities like Project 5810, Relay for Life, March of Dimes, Heart Walk, local school programs, and many more. Modern Systems, your neighbors, your friends. They work 24/7 to protect the things that matter most to you, from homes to business to schools and churches. Let Modern Systems be your trusted name in security.
Jake Shepard's got the ball on the tee at the 40. The deep man on this side, by the way, is your quarterback, Dylan Burdine.
Yeah.
There is the kick. A line drive will go over the head of both receivers, and it will just scoot into the end zone for a touchback. That one almost died, Mike.
Yeah, that was one football flop from being disaster for South Laurel.
It was.
Great kickoff, though. Pulaski's, Shepard's getting to the point.
He is.
He's getting the ball deep enough to keep teams honest, and
yes, sir.
And that's pretty important.
So South Laurel will take over at the 20.
South Laurel, to say their players are trickling off the sidelines, I think would be an understatement.
Madeline is dressed for the occasion.
Hey, young lady, at least we match. And I don't have the no. Madeline will be 5 mad minutes with us at halftime, and this outfit's worth looking at. So
2 receivers each way from the pistol. Dylan Burdine with a man in motion. And they hand it to Ramey, and he will get to the line of scrimmage and squirt for a couple of yards with Connor Hargis and Jordan Weiner and a group of teammates hanging on him. 2nd down and 8.
Oh, we've seen this for years. If you're a run-oriented football team, you go on the road, you risk a couple 4th downs. You find yourself down now to the point where running the football is something you may still want to do, but you're going to struggle to put enough points on the board running the football.
Ryan Dye came out of that pile
and
a little bit on the gimpy side, and he will go down.
Matter of fact, as he started toward us, he decided it was time to check it out. The L&N Federal Credit Union in business since 1954. I want you to know you can now join L&N if you live, work, worship, attend school, or belong to any legal entity in Pulaski County. L&N offers everything necessary for your personal or business finances. Over 85,000 members have taken advantage of flexible mortgages and consumer loans, free online mobile banking, free checking, business accounts, and more. Equal housing lender and NCUA insured. Our halftime show, sponsored by the Henderson Chiropractic, will feature statistics from Dwayne Clark, the best in the business, some chattering commentary from me, and then, fortunately, 5 mad minutes will be involved in the middle of all this, and we look forward to that. And stick around at halftime. The Pulaski Band's going to perform, and I think our producer and our camera fellers, Julian and Pat, are ready to make sure you get to see some of the halftime show, too. So stick around at halftime.
For Pulaski, I see Skylar Sharp checked in at a corner.
Hey, Paul.
Yes, sir.
Nice to have her around.
Yes.
She said, by the way, the dance team's going to be performing too.
Thank
so,
you.
know,
Appreciate it.
There's just
she knows stuff.
Well, again, and it's like comparing. She knows stuff, and I don't know anything. I don't even suspect anything sometimes. So, anyway, join us at halftime. I think you're going to enjoy the band. I think Julian was a part of the PC band for a few years. He's already checked them out down here and given me sort of a thumbs up, I think, on their national anthem, and I look forward. And they've got a big presentation because there's a whole bunch of stuff down there in the end zone. So stick around at halftime, and if you wonder what I'm doing right now, player down, and they are helping Dye to the sidelines. And
not much weight on that left leg.
No, there's the second.
And I do not tonight, by the way, see Pat Jenkins.
I thought I saw him in a really funny-looking hat down there earlier, and maybe I'm wrong. So
I haven't seen him. So
you're probably right.
It will be 2nd down and 8 with 6:10 to go in the half.
That's Coach Roberts with a headset on that I had.
Right.
Yeah, my bad.
Cardinals will have 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Can you see? All right.
They're not desperate, but South Laurel needs points.
They do. And Burdine flips it out to Brigance, who makes the catch and maybe shouldn't have. He's going to lose yardage. Back to the 19 is Connor Hargis, and Aiden Wesley got there about the time the ball did.
Yeah, and I think Wesley got Brigance up around the numbers as he was extended.
Yes.
And if you don't think that hurts, you are wrong. Stick your hands above your head and let somebody run into your chest like that.
Third, I'd rather not. 3rd and 11 from the 19.
You're a smart man, is what you are.
Old and wise. 2 receivers each way.
50%.
Burdine with Brigance in motion. Straight back, pressure off the corner. Fires it out to Brigance, overthrows him. Yeah, coming out of the backfield, it will bring up 4th down and 11.
And the other thing, by throwing these incomplete passes, this is a Turner Realty Group will now be a 4th down. That was a 3rd down, and you punted here. You know, you've been going for it on 4th, but it's 4th and 11.
Yeah, and you're throwing 19.
Except for Ramey, the one busted 3rd down play down here. 11-yard plays have been hard to come by in this offense tonight.
Yeah, and after the first couple of early runs from Ramey, they've not gotten anything done on the ground.
No.
Speaking of Ramey, excuse me.
See if you got a fake in him.
Speaking of Ramey, he's in punt formation. Adams standing at midfield. Long count. There comes the snap. It bounces. Ramey goes back, picks it up, can't get to it, and Pulaski's going to go for the.
It came loose.
No, it did. Caden Dobbs has got it in the end zone.
Well, that's a Citizens National Bank defensive touchdown.
Yes, sir. Caden Dobbs with the fumble recovery in the end zone.
And they were going to fake that, too. You saw the up men.
Yes, sir.
He was starting to move. Ramey was to his left, thinking they were going to try to bring a sweep to our side, and the bad snap. Second one of those tonight. McAlpin's on.
So Dobbs with the fumble recovery in the end zone. And Pulaski County's margin will stretch. Adams gets the snap down. It is a line drive that is up and through from McAlpin. 5:22 to go in the half. The Randall D. Turpin scoreboard says 34-0 Pulaski.
Quick Air Walk-In Clinic says just walk in when you need us. Wait times are no appointment is necessary. Quick Air Walk-In Clinic. They're right behind the hospital, just off Bogle Street in Med Park West. Right now, right where they have been for over a decade. Quick Care has lab and X-ray equipment right there in the clinic. They're open late, so if you've had an accident or you aren't feeling well, just walk in and let their highly qualified medical professionals take care of you. Quick Care Walk-In Clinic at Med Park West. Paul Wright?
Yes.
I heard you all. We also want to thank the Don Franklin family of dealerships. A big thank you to Don Franklin family for all they do for high school sports. Be sure to take advantage at the end of the summer savings at any of their Somerset locations. Visit them on Facebook at Don Franklin Somerset Family of Dealerships. They treat you like family.
Well, you've heard of eye black. Madeline's in the eye pink tonight, so you can.
Well, but you got the hair stripe too. If you
I know, I saw that. Yeah,
right.
I saw it. Yeah.
All right. Well, if you were 17, you might pull that off. You and I need to stay a long way away from that.
Well, I can't stripe my hair because
can't find it.
Yeah. Pulaski County Jake Shepard will move on to football. A line drive that Burdine will take it to 10. Head up the middle of the field, 15. Does a dance at the 20 and squirts out to the 23.
Going to start to see some differing. Well, there comes the starting defense out because I see Tolson and Cox and Lanner and the boys leading them out. So
he's throwing just a couple out there. Sharp's still in at a corner.
Yep.
And he's thrown a couple in here and there. But you'll probably see the starters finish the half, maybe.
Well, you have to for conditioning purposes and everything else. Plus, you work all week in practice, and you don't work to play 20 snaps. You work to play a whole bunch more. One man short, they said.
And it's Mr. Huff coming in at linebacker. Zach's there. Pop up on the snap. They get it to.
That ball's out.
Yeah, they gave it to Ramey. The ball squirted out, and I think South Laurel fell on it at the 21.
Yeah, Ramey got.
No, he didn't.
No, he got decleated on that.
He did.
It may have been Hargis. It may have been Tolson. It was one of those guys, I think 1 or 7 that hit him. But Ramey didn't care for that.
I'm not sure who got the football. Dobbs was in there, and Mills was in there, and Pulaski's got the football again at the 26-yard line. 1st and 10.
Well, I don't want to bring up negatives, but we do try to tell you what's going on. If Pulaski puts 2 more points or more on the board,
yes,
we'll go to a running clock.
Yes.
And if that happens, a lot of things, halftime will still be a full halftime.
Right.
But the second half won't last a long time.
It'll be quick.
Right.
2 receivers to the right, 2 backs in the backfield. Now Sloan comes out and goes left. And we get a whistle. Delay game against Pulaski County. So it took too long to get everything moving. They'll back it up 5. It'll be 1st and 15 from the 31.
There's just 2 or 3 of these type of penalties that'll give Johnny Hines something to absolutely be irate about at practice next week. These are not Game 7 penalties. These are Game 1 penalties, and he will have plenty to say about them.
2 receivers each way. The back is Abbott. And Poston straight back to throw. Got plenty of time. Fires it over to the middle at the 20-yard line. Sloan cuts back to the 15, the 14-yard line. He'll have an evident first down inside the Rick Barker red zone with 4:58 to go in the half.
Hey, Dwayne, we haven't said much about Sloan tonight. What's that, about 3 catches?
That's 3 catches, 77 yards.
Okay. And we've really not mentioned him. Just
No.
And one of those was a touchdown catch.
It was.
Caden Daniels goes left. Gibson and Sloan to the right. Poston takes it straight back, a couple of steps, fires it out to Sloan on a little screen, cuts back at the 15, knifes down to the 11. So a gain of, see where they put it, 2 or 3. They will mark it at the 12-yard line, 2nd down and 8.
Don't hold me to this. He needs 9, I think, to hit to get to 300.
300? Wow.
Yep, I think that's the number, but don't hold me to. I'll check it at halftime.
Single receiver each way, and now splitting out wide is Gibson. Just a 5-man front. They hand it off to Abbott, straight up the gut, runs over defender, and gets near the 10-yard line.
Well, the defender's going to get up.
They're only going to give him the 11, so he only got a yard out of it. It'll be 3rd down and 7, and he threw all 185 pounds. He just flattened the defender.
Yeah, that was a middle linebacker he ran into, and that was a heck of a collision.
I said 185, make it 172. 2 receivers each way on 3rd down. Poston rolls left. Got some time, fires it to the corner. Sloan goes up, make the catch. Did he get a foot down?
He said he did.
The answer is
yes.
Yes, makes the catch, but he didn't get to the end zone.
He's right at the goal line, and he pity-patted. Yeah, and I think the foot that came down at the 1 was inbounds, but the other one was out of bounds before he got to the pylon.
Wow. 1st and goal from the 1.
I didn't think he had a chance of catching the football.
I didn't either.
Personally, but what do I know?
Twin backs. Poston takes it, hands off to Cherry, angles to the right side, lowers the shoulder, and scores.
A Citizens National Bank touchdown. Mr. Cherry, you are in the quarterback club, or the touchdown club.
3:33 to go in the first half.
40-0 pending the extra point
sir.
here on the Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard.
Pulaski has scored 6 times. It has been 6 different guys.
Yeah, that's called share the love.
Yes, sir. McAlpin out of the hold of Caleb Adams.
And if I'm not mistaken, our quarterback's not one of them.
No, he's not.
Mm-hmm.
Snap is down. Kick is up and good. 41-0 Pulaski County. 3:33 to go in the half on the Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard.
The Alton Blakely family of dealerships. They're home to Alton Blakely Mazda is home to not one, but 2 Car and Driver Magazine's best SUVs of 2019, such as the 2019 Mazda CX-5, Car and Driver Magazine's best compact SUV, starting at only $23,443 plus tax, license, and fees, or the 2019 Mazda CX-9 SUV with 3rd row. Car and Driver Magazine's best midsize SUV, starting at only $29,587 plus taxes, license, and fees. Intrust Counseling. Could you or your family benefit from counseling services? Intrust Counseling is there to meet your needs by providing services in the office, home, or school. They even offer late night and weekend appointments. Call 676-0638. Check out their new website at intrust-healthcare.com. You can also find them on Facebook.
South Laurel flops the receivers, and Napier comes to the near side where Shepherd's got the ball teed up. Moves on the football, and it is a line drive at the 10. Napier comes up to the hash, 15, 20, 25, gets to the 29-yard line before he is hit and dropped.
You're right, partner. They're sending the starting defense with a couple speckles of second and third teamers, but Johnny Hines is going to get a full half out of this bunch.
Huff is in at linebacker, and he's played a lot this season, and Sharp is in at the corner.
You know, in the last series, Cox was at linebacker, and Huff actually lined up at DN.
Right, okay. So 1st down and an empty backfield. They throw the little flip pass to Napier, who cuts it up at the 30, gets out to the 35-yard line before he is hit. Tristan Cox and Connor Hargis on the bottom of that pile. It will be a gain of 6, 2nd down and 4.
And to finish my random thought, that was not the plan. It's just when they sent him out there, he ended up, and Cox never moved to DN.
Gotcha.
And that was a little man at DN.
2nd down and 4, a little bit of a high snap. They hand off to the freshman Willoughby. Dances away from the first guy. Powers over the 40 for a 1st down to the 42-yard line. Tackle made out there by Ethan Mills.
That's a serious run.
It was.
And that's a freshman, you said?
Yes, sir.
Kind of like that. He got to the line, got the shoulder square, got low, and the last 3 yards were his.
Clock will continue to run. 2 receivers each way. And they fake it to Willoughby. Burdine stands up and gets the football out to Brigance, who will pick up about 3 yards, but he cannot shake loose from Evan Mercer out at the 45.
That's tackling in space. I said it several times last week at Whitley. It was more of an issue than it should have been. Mercer was dead sure on that one.
2nd down and 7 from the 45. He got a better spot than I thought he deserved. But it ain't the first time that's happened.
Yeah.
2 receivers each way. And the running back runs over Burdine, who has to tuck the ball and gets back. He will lose a yard on the play as Tristan Cox says, thank you very much. How many times, Mike, have we had either a fumble or a running together or a turning the wrong direction in that backfield?
You're pushing close to double figures on that. And again, it's week. I said this earlier. This is not week 1.
No. 3rd and actually it's 8 from the 44 is where the ball's at. 5 receivers deployed. Man in motion is Brigance. And Burdine fires it right over the middle, and Willoughby was there, but the pass was overthrown, and Pulaski County had a couple of guys. Evan Mercer was the first one that had a beat on Willoughby. Does he make that catch?
5 years ago, Willoughby's looking for his teeth.
Yeah.
Mercer was in position to deliver what used to be a legal hit. Now they've taken that out of the game, and I'm glad they have. That was a Turner Realty Group 3rd down defense by Pulaski, and they're going to get the chance to do it again on 4th down, it looks like.
If they get the playoff.
Yeah, it's right. The clock.
Only 15 seconds to go as the clock runs.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that's a running clock.
Yes, sir. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Burdine will roll left. He will set, fire it to the sideline. Incomplete. And we've got a couple of seconds, and the first half comes to an end. Pulaski County 41, South Laurel nothing on the Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard.
Honda offers complimentary lifetime powertrain protection with every qualifying new and pre-owned vehicle we sell. Engine covered, transmission covered, drive axles covered for life. You're covered as long as you own it, and that's on every qualifying new and pre-owned car, truck, van, and SUV, even diesel trucks. Shop with complete confidence and peace of mind with Alton Blakely's complimentary lifetime powertrain protection program. Alton Blakely Honda, South Highway 27 Somerset, and abhonda.com.
Gibson, a 24-yard pass from Drew Poston. The kick was blocked, 6-0 PC. 2:48 to go in the first. Pulaski County's Caleb Adams, a 9-yard pass from Poston. The kick was no good. It's 12-0. 1:08 to go in the first. Pulaski County's Jake Sloan, a 48-yard pass from Brady Kane. And Jackson McAlpin with the kick makes it 19-zip. 6:38 to go in the second quarter. Elias Sanchez with a 2-yard run. Caleb Adams with the run on the bad snap, 27-0. 5:22 to go in the half. Caden Dobbs, a fumble recovery in the end zone on a bad snap on a punt. Pulaski County scores again. McAlpin with the kick, 34-zip. 3:33 to go in the half. Pulaski County's Evan Cherry with a 1-yard run. McAlpin with the kick. Pulaski County goes on top 41-0. And that's the way it stands at the half.
And we're here at halftime, and during halftime, we're going to bring you a full complement. The band is getting set up, and we're going to let you guys see the band a little bit during the halftime, so we will get the camera on Mad at some point in time, but right now Paul Wright and I are going to do a little, as they say, switcheroo. And that was me fumbling, so right now the turnovers are even. I have 1. And welcome back to halftime. I'm going to grab this, and we're about ready to go. Sorry about the confusion, guys. Hi, Madeline. This is Madeline. This is 5 Mad Minutes. If you were to my right, I'll bet that one. Talk to me.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Good. How are you?
All right. I would ask you how your week's been, but I think it's been pretty good. But I want to first talk about this this look. Is this the new you, or is this just for Breast Cancer Awareness Night?
This is just for Breast Cancer Awareness
All
Night.
right.
I went a little over the top, but so did everybody else. I actually got silly string for when we scored, and obviously we ran out really fast. So I just got back from the dollar store getting more pink silly string for when we scored. So we've used it a bunch of times tonight, obviously, but it's okay with me.
This is the first one of these we've had. We've now in our 6th, 7th game, I guess, with you. This is the first time that we get to halftime, and the game itself has become not a runaway, but Pulaski has safely put this thing kind of almost to bed with the running clock.
Right.
And you're getting to see hopefully a student section that can flat out enjoy a game.
Exactly.
Just
yeah.
Just relax and celebrate with the players. And again, the band is here. Only the second time this year Pulaski's been at home.
Mm-hmm.
Now the good news is next week we'll go to North Laurel.
Right.
But the last 2 weeks of the season we'll be here.
Right.
So we're going to get to see some football here at home. The Buffalo Wings and Rings video game of the week. And you're here with me, and you've got your phone. Have you got something written down this week?
I have a few things.
Have you written something down?
Just a few, but we'll start off by saying that we've had a little bit of a rough week, and now we're ending it with what I heard on the field that Trey Price might have in quite possibly, most likely, tore his ACL. So I saw him as he was walking off the field. I talked to Dr. Jenkins and him, and that's what they're thinking. So I hate that, and I hate that Ryan Dye's out, but just wanted to go ahead and throw that out there.
Well, the other thing is it looked like a non-contact injury, too, one of those where you just step and, there's never a rhyme or reason. Mason Helton, who's still over at Lindsay and one of the best all-time defensive players here at Pulaski at Southwestern in the Don Marshall Bowl out there, or Don Franklin, whichever it was back in those days, and just took a step and nobody touched him and blew a knee out, and it just happens. And we hope Trey has been through so much, and again, we wish that hopefully the news is better than they expect, but we'll wait on that one. And of course, with Ryan Dye, we saw him also with what appeared to be a leg injury, so we won't play doctor.
Yeah.
We'll dress funny. How you like my pink shirt?
I like it.
You know what they said about me at halftime or before the game?
What?
Said it looked like Jabba the Hutt in a Pepto-Bismol commercial. Now, is that cold or what? Huh?
It's a little.
That's brutal, isn't it?
Anyways.
Let's please get me out of this and turn you loose.
In more positive notes, our soccer team actually came out with a win after a few losses, and it was against Southwestern, which is a pretty good win to make up for it. They beat them 3-2 here at Pulaski, so that was huge for us, and that was right after our senior night, so we wished about 6 seniors off to college right before that, and then we start district tomorrow, actually, against Casey County, so that'll be interesting.
Now, is that here?
I don't think it is here this year, but
don't
hold me to that. But I think it was here last year, but I can't remember. They have such a crazy rotation. But that starts tomorrow, so if you get a chance to keep up with it, it should be a really good game, and I hope that these boys go far because they've worked really hard this year. Our girls soccer did not pull out a win, but they also will start district this week. I'm not sure who they actually play against, but our district is very competitive, so that'll be interesting to watch. Our golf team won region this week. We actually had 3 girls in a playoff. 1 girl missed it by 1 stroke. And it was 4 girls in the total playoff, and we had 3. Well, we didn't end up winning, but they played really hard. Lauren Worley stuck it out for 4 holes until she finally said, "You have it. You're a senior. You go ahead and beat me." And so she beat her by 1 stroke, and she took the 2nd place. But they're all going to go to state this week, and with all really good scores. So I'm interested to see how we're going to do. It's really exciting. Last year we got to the 2nd round, not the last, but I think we're going to do really good this year. So wish them luck this week. The boys had their best round at region, but they did not advance. But they're slowly improving, and it's looking really good for next season. They're really young, so that's really fun. But I talked to Coach Faley today, and he's really proud of them, and he's excited to see what happens. Our volleyball team got beat on senior night, so that's sad. They got beat in 3 sets. They played 5, got beat by 3. But it was their senior night for Peyton Randolph, Jasmine Oakes, Nikkei Murray, Emily Simpson, Bailey Petite, Maddie Vaca, Aaron Simpson, Allie Wesley, and Caitlin Combs. So they're graduating a huge class, but they also have an awesome rising class.
You don't know how much I appreciate, just to interrupt you for a second, you got the names in because those are sports that somebody probably never would have, and I appreciate you doing that, and that's just me editorializing a little bit because everybody who competes in a sport or an extracurricular activity, they do it for the love of what they're doing.
Right.
They certainly don't do it so somebody mentions their name, but it never hurts to get a little recognition.
Exactly, and they've had a great year this year, and they've carried that team for a really long time, and it's the reason that they've won district every year, and they've made it so far in the region, so that's really exciting for them, and they're going to start district here soon, too. So I think that's all of our sports. I'm hoping, obviously, we're going to pull out a win this week, but I hope that all of our injured guys will make it back better than next week. I'm hoping that our JV team will get to play. They've had some really awesome games.
They play Monday night, I think, in Pineville.
Yes, and I
think
think they beat Casey this Monday. They beat them by a lot.
Yeah, it was actually Whitley.
Whitley,
I
sorry.
actually came and watched that game, and they put on a clinic.
Yeah.
If you believe it or not, if you've got a Monday night that you'd like to come out about 6 o'clock, and that bunch is fun to watch.
Yeah, they're going to be so good.
They are undefeated, and they sling it all over the yard, and they're pretty good.
Yeah, they really are.
This is Henderson Chiropractic Halftime Show. They're committed to relieving your pain using the true principles of chiropractic care. The Caring Helpful team strives for excellence through extraordinary service and patient education. Dr. Henderson provides chiropractic care for injuries that occur during sports, auto accidents, work-related activities, or just everyday wear and tear. The experience you need, the result you want. Henderson Chiropractic. Madeline Dudley is with me. Our 5 Mad Minutes is not world famous yet, but people are starting to realize what we're doing. And I thank you because, again, it's a different, just like something going on during the game and you knew the answer to what was going on, because you're here on campus and you're part of this and you live this and you're trying to create enthusiasm among a student population here at Pulaski County across the board in sports and other activities. What better goal could you have? I mean, while you're out here is try to get some people to come out and enjoy their friends.
No, I completely agree. We're working on that. The student section is getting bigger every time that we're here, and we have 2 more games to prove ourselves. Homecoming's the next time that we're home, so that's going to be so fun.
And
I'm
that's
really excited
against
about that.
the dreaded Evil Empire from across town, right?
Yeah, I told them last week, if you don't like people, I don't recommend being here on October 25th, but it's going to be awesome, so come out.
We're going to wrap this up because Dwayne Clark's going to give us some stats and we'll get ready for the second half. But last Friday night you got your first taste of what real high school football can be. It can be a mess. We had weather, we had crazy stuff, and all I know is you were going to be going whitewater rafting at 6:30 a.m. the next morning, and I saw some pictures, so evidently you made it.
Yes, it was so fun. I loved it. We all made it out alive, and the only person that flipped out of my boat was a dad, and I was with all girls, and he was the one that flipped out, so I was very proud of us.
And to Grandma Betty, how did she handle this?
She didn't like it. She was not a fan, but she got through it, and I made it home alive, and I saw her yesterday. So
I had to do that. I had to throw that. But Madeline, thanks again for stopping by. Look forward to it. And, Pulaski, for the first time I said all year, not a laugher by any stretch of the imagination, but they're up 41. Yeah. And we're going to see some people play in the second half who probably haven't taken many varsity snaps.
Right.
And sit back, relax, enjoy it with us because we're going to bring you the second half of Quick Care Walk-In Clinic at Med Park West High School football presented by the Don Franklin Family of Dealerships here on LakeCumberlandSports.com. She's Madeline. I'm Mike. Dwayne Clark is about to rejoin us, I think. Dwayne.
Hello.
Hi, Dwayne. And this is Madeline and Mike over here.
And to say that this is not world famous now, she has enhanced the world famous.
Well, whatever we had going for, she's helped it.
Yes, she has.
Thank you, Madeline.
Thank you.
And again, Dwayne, I know you've got some stats.
I do.
Just to remind everybody, it's 41-0 at halftime as you watch the band and everything that's going on. So the second half will have a little different feel to it. There'll be very few stoppages, and it won't last a whole long time. So
it will be fast.
But stick around with us because, again, you may get a chance to see some kids play that haven't had a chance to get on the field a whole lot in varsity competition.
I'm curious. I just sitting here thinking, I wonder if any team has ever come back and won against a running clock.
That's an interesting concept because if you think about it, it would take theoretically 5 scores.
Yes.
With some 2-point conversions mixed in or I guess 4 scores won't get you there with a 2 point. So anyway, yes, you would have to 4-8 won't get you to 36. So it takes 5 scores. Now
that's a steep
they
hill.
put that in there, I think, thinking it was insurmountable.
Yeah.
But I could see how it probably could happen.
It's possible, but it would be very tough here.
We've seen a few running clocks. We were talking, I guess, off the air a couple weeks ago when this Pulaski bunch had Johnson and Hall and that defensive team that we allude to a lot.
State championship team maybe.
And we talked about they played a season where my math says that in the regular season, 8 of the 10 games, they had a running clock.
And Coach Hines is not a fan of those.
Well, I think Coach Hines is a fan of getting his kids snaps.
Yes.
And he wants to, and he will here in the second half. He'll get a lot of young men some varsity playing time. But, again, He did not anticipate this, by the way. He and I talked at length, and he said if we show up and we play well, we might do all right. You know, he said we should do okay.
Right.
But I don't think he in any way anticipated. And to Coach Burdines, it's on his account. I'll give it to him as a credit, not a debit. He came over here with one thing in mind, that's trying to win a football game. So he starts going for it on 4th down early, and his team didn't take very good care of the football.
No, they did not.
And the combination of those put you down 41-0 at halftime against a pretty good football team.
Turn the ball over against a good team on the road, you're probably going to get in trouble.
Julian and Pat are working. You and I are just sitting here talking. I love this, don't you?
This is okay.
I love it. How you doing, man? Give them some numbers before we get in trouble.
Okay. South Laurel finishes the first half with 6 first downs, 15 carries, 16 net yards on the ground, 10 for 20, 61 yards through the air. Total offense of 77 yards on 35 plays for South Laurel in the first half.
How many yards total, I'm sorry?
77.
And I remember 2 plays that were probably 15, 18-yard type plays. Okay.
Yeah. Ramey had a long run.
And then one pass play was probably. Yep.
Yeah, busted defensive coverage there.
Yep.
2 penalties, 15 yards. They fumbled the ball 4 times. Really only fumbled it once. Most of those were bad snaps.
Yep.
And they lost 3 of those, 3 turnovers for South Laurel in the first half. Pulaski finishes with 14 first downs, 14 carries, 92 yards, and 2 touchdowns on the ground. 10 for 12, 194 yards, and 3 touchdowns through the air. Total offense of 286 yards on 26 plays. 6 returns, 37 yards. One of those was a touchdown recovery in the end zone for Pulaski. They did not punt. 4 penalties, 38 yards. They fumbled the ball twice, losing one of those, so 1 turnover in the first half for Pulaski, as they finished first half strong with a running clock 41-0 at halftime.
You get ready for some individuals. I want to thank Magic Monograms. They've moved to 110 Creek Terrace, conveniently located off North Highway 27 between Big Lots and Backyard Burger, the place for custom embroidery, screen printing, and so much more. They can put your designs on medical and athletic uniforms, corporate and school apparel. Find them on Facebook. Search Magic Monograms and Embroidery. And the good folks at White's Cabinets, they provide their customers with friendly service. They value your business, and it's their mission to provide reliable products and services. The courteous and professional team at White's Design Center can turn your vision into reality. Visit the White's Cabinet Design Center on the corner of South 27 and Slate Branch Road to learn more about what they can do for you. Dwayne, some individual numbers, please.
For South Laurel, Jordan Ramey, the workhorse for the Cardinals, 10 carries, 34 yards. He had a 115-yard run. He has to be a tired young man. He does a little bit of everything for that team. Pulaski County, Elias Sanchez, 2-yard run for a touchdown in the first half. Caleb Adams, 1 carry for 16 yards. Donovan Abbott, 5 carries, 13 yards. Evan Cherry, 2 carries, 15 yards, and one of those a touchdown, 1-yard touchdown run. Tristan Cox, only 2 carries for 15 yards, and Drew Poston, 3 carries, 31 yards. Through the air, Jake Sloan had 5 catches for 89 yards and 1 touchdown. Donovan Abbott, 1 catch for 15 yards. Caleb Adams, 2 catches for 59 yards, and one of those was a 9-yard touchdown reception. Braden Gibson, 1 24-yard touchdown reception, and Evan Cherry also a reception for 7 yards. And Drew Poston had a pretty decent first half. He was 9 for 11, 146 yards. And don't forget Brady Kane, 1 for 1, 48-yard touchdown pass.
Instant touchdown, Brady Kane.
Yes.
Thrown the ball twice this year. Both of them have been for touchdowns. So hard to beat that. Skip Cottrell's Tire Pros. A flat tire would really make this road trip better, said no one ever, which is why Skip Cottrell's Tire Pros makes taking care of your tires simpler. They offer a straightforward approach to tires and auto service that includes nationwide warranties and a hassle-free experience, so you can get back to when being on the move was carefree. Skip Cottrell Tire Pros, hassle-free, guaranteed. Find out more online at skiptirepros.com. And I can say, when I had 3 daughters traveling all over the place, going to school and everything, those guys did a whole lot of favors for me over the years. And Skip, you guys you're all right in my book.
Got a couple scores here, Mike.
All right.
Look at your phone here. Somerset up 7-3 at halftime.
7-3. Wow, that's surprising. Hazard, good football team. Hazard's tough place to play.
Yes, it is.
How about the South? It was 7-0 at the end of one.
14-7 North Laurel halftime.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm sure Josh has shared those, and and maybe Chris and the guys over at Hazard. Not sure, but we'll make sure we keep them posted. We thank you. Second half's about ready to go. The voice of the Maroons, Paul Wright, has given me the get-up signal. That means you don't got to go home, but you got to get up out of here. So, Paul Wright, here it is.
Thank you, sir. You're welcome. Get back in position. I want to hear more at some point during the second half about the silly string conversation. I missed some of that.
Okay, you got me turned back up before they kick it off.
Yes.
Let me tell you. She bought pink silly string so they could celebrate touchdowns tonight, but she didn't anticipate a 41-point first half. So she went back to, and I'll throw Dollar General or Family, somebody, and bought a bunch more pink silly string because they ran out. Now, you don't get that everywhere,
no, you don't.
Okay? Now, that's insight.
That's right. That's information right there.
I mean, Julian's sitting here laughing at me like he's wanting me committed.
He's been laughing at you ever since he got here.
I don't blame him. If some things in his life just are funny. Pepto-Bismol, pink shirt, and anyway.
Bobby Flynn and I were talking. We're going to have a running clock in the second half.
Uh-huh.
Will this make up for last week?
It'll help.
Well, now, I was tired enough Saturday. I don't think you could give me 6 months on vacation and it would make up for it. But
okay.
Yeah, this is pretty good.
All right, Pulaski will kick off to start the third quarter. Keep an eye out for new numbers.
Yeah, I think that will be primary focus for us. It's just trying to make sure we catch as many of them as we can.
Napier's the deep guy on the near side, which is where the ball's set up by Shepard to kick, waiting on a whistle.
Brady Kane's also warming up down here.
All right.
And I'm not sure I'll let you do this.
All
I'll
right.
do some checking.
Sure. Line drive taking at the 12 by Napier. Angles to the middle of the field to the right side at the 20 and is spun down at the 22, 23-yard line. A little pushing and shoving after the fact.
Hargis is signaling they've got the football. Now, I don't know if he's just tricking me. He's still pointing that direction.
Donovan Abbott in his spare time in on the tackle with help from Ethan Mills.
Okay, they don't have the football.
No. Pulaski County, and I was talking to Darren Meese a minute ago, and he said you would see the starting defense for at least the first series, and he is correct.
Well, that's a John Hines thing.
Mm-hmm. He's seen this movie before.
He's been in the movie.
Yes, two receivers each way. They hand it off to Ramey, wades into the hole, shakes loose from one guy, and gets to the 23, 24-yard line and he comes up grabbing the knee, by the way. Yeah. Connor Hargis comes out of there with a football again after making the tackle, and Ramey's got a knee issue.
Hargis, eventually you're going to get one of them, son, because, and Ramey was stood up, and I think somebody must have hit him low. He's hobbled. Yeah, well, if you're South Laurel, I don't know if there's a player you can't afford to lose, but
they said he missed a quarter plus. Of course, remember they said he might not play tonight. He missed a quarter plus in the last game they played, and he goes out again.
If I'm up 41-0, he's probably seen his last action.
Second down and 9.
Or down 41
from the 23, and Burdine throws it out to Napier, who squirts across the 30 out to the 33-yard line, and
Caden Dobbs, maybe?
Yep. Should be third down and a yard. Yeah, Dobbs is over there. Hargis is in the vicinity. I don't know if he's in on the tackle or not.
One of them Turner Realty Group third downs.
Yes, sir. We've had a few of those. Had a few fourth downs tonight, too.
All right. Somerset is up 7-3 at the half. We got that. 14-7 North Laurel at the half. It's 41-0 here, early second half. Pulaski on top.
Yes, sir. They say he got enough for a first down on that play.
Yeah.
And he fires it out to Napier, makes the catch at the 36, goes backwards, and then heads the other way again, maybe the 37. Chase Parmley kind of grabbed a jersey and just flung him down. Jericho Dixon was over there, and most everybody else on that side of the defense. It'll be second down and long.
And, again, you've got DNs getting to the boundary, and that's the backside DN again. You've got to love that. I mean, Wesley came from outside the hash on the other side.
Second down and 6. They give him 4 on the play. And they hand it to Ramey. Nope, to Willoughby, the freshman. And he is tripped up in the hole by one Evan Mercer, and he will maybe get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be third down and 6. This is a Turner Realty Group third down.
Mercer would say that was a TFL. He lost some yardage on that, even though they got a good spot. That's tackle for loss, by the way. If you
Gotcha.
Yep.
Two receivers left. Now one of those comes in motion. High snap, little shovel thing to Napier, trying to get to the corner. 35-40, 45, and Connor Hargis drags him down in the vicinity of midfield. They're going to give him the Pulaski 49 and the South Laurel first down.
Napier's got good quicks.
Go ahead and tell you now, at the end of this quarter,
yes,
Pat's going to play commercials.
Okay.
Thought I'd go ahead and get that out
I
there.
realize I'll forget that 3 times by then. But anyway, I'll just.
It's the reason I told you, so one of us would remember.
Thank you.
2 receivers each way. Willoughby in the backfield behind Dylan Burdine. In motion. That's Napier. They fake it and then throw it out to Burdine in the flat, and he is hit and dropped back in South Laurel territory. Evan Mercer, the first guy.
And Connor Hargis.
Yeah, Hargis, he just trying to get his name in the paper on that one. Mercer had that one taken care of.
Actually, I think he knows this is the last series they're going to play tonight.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And that joke Pat told us about gas or something, other car, I don't remember what it was. He's emptying the tank right now is what it amounts to.
2nd and 12 from the South Laurel 49. And Burdine fires it out to Brigance, who is hit in the backfield, squirts loose, and gets back to the original line of scrimmage at the 49 in Pulaski territory. And it was Aiden Wesley and Tristan Cox, the 2 in there, and there were a couple others as well. Hargis was in the mess again. Hargis one blew it up.
Yeah, and Brigance stayed on his feet through all that contact, but again, that's a high-risk throw to get you about a yard.
Yes, sir. 3rd and 10. 3 receivers right. And Burdine will roll right. Getting pressure, shakes away from it, still rolling right, fires it over the middle of the field, and it is almost picked off. Was that Mercer he threw it to?
Cox.
Cox got a hand on it.
Okay. Cox, he probably should have had the INT, but batted it down.
Of course, 6'4" middle linebackers can get in the way every now and then.
They do. It will be 4th and 10.
And I'm not on Wesley's fan club or anything, but a good job there to chase down the quarterback, and he made Burdine throw that ball a long time before he wanted to.
Yes, sir. 2 receivers wide right. 2 receivers on the near side and a man in the slot. So an empty backfield for Burdine, as going in motion is Napier. Burdine straight back, gets rushed up into the pocket, and down he goes. Back at the 45-yard line, it was Mills and Hargis. Pulaski County will take over on downs in the at the South Laurel 45-yard line.
Sent Mills, who is a safety in this defense, and let him come in off the backside, and nice series, Pulaski.
This is not, by the way, your starting offense.
No, it isn't, and I'm trying to make – that's Duggar at quarter. I'm trying to see who's out there.
I see –
No, Kane may be at quarterback.
Jason McCowan. I see Tucker Vaught up front, and it is – nope, it is Duggar at quarterback. Kane is at wide receiver.
Yes, he is. What they had said about Duggar was that he had a bit of a hamstring issue.
Okay. Sloan and Slavey on one side, and Kane and Turner on the other. And Duggar flips it out. He's got Sloan 45 down the sideline, 40-yard line, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 38.
Slavey still wants that touchdown they took away from him.
7. Connor Lanter is in on the offensive line, as well as Jason Whitaker. And I'm missing
Chandler Godby's out there at a wide receiver.
Yeah, Christopher James, I'll give you the other one. I think that's it.
All right.
Duggar takes it, hands off, and sweeping wide left is Godsey, and he will cut it up, get to the 35, and in the vicinity of the 30, the ball comes out late.
It's still loose.
And the official blows the whistle. I think he stepped out of bounds on the far side at the 30.
That'll be an L&N Federal Credit Union first down. Godsey just ducked. And let a defender go over him.
Godsey's about the size I was about 40 years ago.
I watched this bunch play Monday night. A whole lot of these names you're calling right now.
Yes, sir.
These guys are fun.
All right. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Duggar takes it, rolls right, looking to throw, fires it off, overthrows the receiver at the 30-yard line. That could have been close to a late hit. Slavey wanted one.
Yeah, and again.
Second down. By the way, guys, we've got 4:28 and clock running and at 41-0. Each team has had the ball once in this
Yeah,
quarter.
that running clock thing, it does have a reason for it.
Yes.
But it certainly makes a half go in a hurry.
2 receivers each way. 41-0 Pulaski, late third. And Bryson Duggar at quarterback for Pulaski County.
Did not care for that late hit.
No. 2 receivers each way. Duggar takes it, fires it out to Godby, who makes the catch and gets picked up and slammed backwards after a gain of 3 to the 27.
Oh, Duggar led his receiver into the defender right there, and Godby still held on to the football.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
So it will be 3rd down, and they're going to call it 8 from the 27-yard line. And you've got Slavey and Godby on the left side, Turner on the right side, and in the backfield, it's Godsey and Kane, either side of Bryson Duggar. Duggar takes it, ball goes through his hands. Goes back, scoops it up at the 40, rolls, and then dumps it off to Turner, who heads back down the sideline and gets to the 35, maybe the 34. But Pulaski County is going to lose yardage on the play, and Duggar, with a little bit more experience, would have looked at Turner and thrown it over his head.
Yeah, Turner took a shot at the end of that one.
So the ball is marked at the 35. They lose 8 on the play, and it'll be 4th down and 16. Clock running under 3 minutes. Pulaski County, 2 receivers left. Turner to the right. Twin backs. Kane goes in motion to the right side. Duggar straight back to throw. Got plenty of time, fires it long, and will overthrow Kane a bunch down around the goal line. And South Laurel will take over on downs with 2:22 and the clock running here in the 3rd quarter.
Duggar's mad at himself for overthrowing that one so bad. You can just see the want to. I mean, and pretty good job. Some of the older guys going out, smacking him on the head and bringing him over here.
One of the guys out there was that aging veteran, Declan Hayes, who starts at center as a freshman.
Yeah, that aging veteran.
2 receivers each way. And Willoughby is the back. Straight back is Burdine. He throws it right to Huff. Zach heading down the sideline is hit and dropped in the vicinity of the 21-yard line.
Well, that little change of fortune there, you think?
Yes, sir. Zach Huff picked that bad boy up. Threw it right to him.
Man, if you're an old lineman, you didn't even get a chance to get a drink of water.
No.
I mean, they're already hollering them two offense. You're going, I want a drink.
See Benjamin Dalton in the game.
You got to love this. So look at the celebration.
Yes,
Some of
sir.
the seniors celebrating with these younger players. This does a lot to grow your football team.
Absolutely. 1:14, clock running in the 3rd. Pulaski County, 2 receivers each way. Again, that Tennessee set as Duggar is getting a play call. Still plenty of time on the clock. We're nearing a minute in the 3rd. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Duggar takes it, straight back to throw, dumps it off to Kane in the flat. Makes a move on Brigance, can't get loose. Will lose yardage back to the 26 or 7-yard line. So they'll lose, call it 5 on the play.
Yeah, sort of.
Put it down at the 26.
Brigance has turned into a beast against this JV unit, hasn't he?
Yes, sir.
Now, he's throwing himself around pretty. No, really, he's throwing himself around pretty good.
Be 2nd and 15. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Slavey comes in to a tight end spot now.
There is no safety over the top. Slavey, run the go route to Slavey.
Under 20 seconds in the quarter. Duggar takes it, and they fire over the middle, and it's almost picked off. He was going over the middle, trying to get behind the defense and underthrew this one to Kane.
Yeah, he ran the deep slant to Kane. I was wanting to run Slavey off the other side because the safety came with Kane.
And that's the end of 3. It is 41-0 Pulaski.
It's time to auction. Who you gonna call? Whether it's a farm, home, personal, or commercial property, Ford Brothers Auctioneers bring home the bacon for your next auction. On-site, online, simulcast. Whatever works best for you, that's what we do. Award-winning marketing to support your auction. And FordBrothersInc.com has the most unique visitors for auctions in the market. Give us a call for your next auction. At Ford Brothers, we're selling the country.
time to make your move and save at the last chance clearance event at Toyota of Somerset. Take aim at $9,500 off MSRP on new 2019 Toyotas or 0% finance 2019 models, or get up to $4,000 customer rebate. Your turn to save and win on new 2020 Corollas, only $159 a month. And we're paying top dollar for your trade-in. So come on in.
We're all about you.
And welcome back as fourth quarter action will begin. 41-0 on the Randall D. Turpin CPE scoreboard. If Pulaski has led this one since the get-go. They're going to have it at the 26-yard line of South Laurel. Third and about 13 in Paul Wright. I think I stumbled through that one, but I'm going to give it to you.
Welcome to my world. Three receivers left, two to the right. Bryson Duggar straight back to throw. Sets, fires it toward Turner down in the back of the end zone, and it's picked off. Nope. Yes, it was. Picked off down there in the corner by Alicia Duggar. He just didn't quite get enough on it, and South Laurel on the turnover will take over.
Yeah, once again, Pulaski County's up 41-0, so everybody's getting minutes.
Sure.
And Duggar threw in a pick, and last year in this game, a freshman quarterback came in by the name of Drew Polson.
Yes, sir.
And threw 4 passes, and one of them was picked. And I think he would tell you that was probably one of the most exciting things he had going on in his freshman season.
Carter Kring, Sam Bergman, and Elias Sanchez are up front for Pulaski. I'll give you the rest of them. They get it to Duggar, who just made the interception, and he is hit and dropped at the 20-yard line, so no gain on the play. In on the stop, Slavey and James New, who's in the game. I will give you some more names and numbers. I see Drew Durham in the football game, as well as Taylor Robbins in the football game for Pulaski County.
I think Huff was over and had a piece of that too, wasn't he? In that 30 that was...
It was 30. Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Skylar Sharp still into the corner. Got a couple guys in the secondary to give you in a minute. And Burdine takes it, fires it out into the flat, dropped it. He was trying to get the football to one of his receivers out there. Tyler Wilson could not make the catch for Pulaski County. I see Caden Emerson in the secondary, as well as Logan Gotze, who played running back a few minutes ago.
Kane will check in the secondary.
Kane is in at safety.
Yep.
And I see another guy over there. I'll try to get you a number. And they take it and hand off, and boy, they wish they hadn't.
That Carter Kring?
Yeah, it was. That was a wreck.
He hit Willoughby like real hard.
Oh, my. A Hammer Award nominee to a freshman?
Goodness. I mentioned Durham. I think that's everybody that's out there. And it will bring up fourth down and long, and Burdine keeps it, fires it out into the flat. Pulaski sitting right there, hit and dropped after a gain of a yard or two. Pulaski County will take over. On the reception was Jackson Kemick for South Laurel, and with 9:24 and the clock running, Pulaski up 41-0 on the Randall D. Turpin scoreboard. Pulaski takes over in South Laurel territory at the 25.
I told you this young bunch was fun, didn't I? I've watched 3 of their JV games this year, and they fly to the football, and they aren't big enough, but they'll get there.
Godby and Slavey go to the right. Grayson Turner to the left side. Twin backs. Kane comes out. He will go left. In motion. Duggar takes it. Straight back. Pump fakes. Fires it long to the corner. Kane is back there, and it is incomplete again. Just a tad underthrown. 2nd and 10.
Duggar got decleated at the end of that one. He's picking up body parts and looking to the sidelines right now. You got to hold that one to give the route time to develop,
right.
And he knew he was going to get hit at the end of that one.
That's why you make the big bucks, isn't it?
Yeah, he said that's why I'll be in the ice bath tomorrow.
3 receivers left. Slavey at tight end on the right side. Godsey is the running back. Duggar takes it straight back. Got plenty of time. Fires over the middle. Got a couple receivers. Incomplete. He tried to go to Kane over the middle again, and this one was tipped. Incomplete.
A lot of bodies there.
They've run that deep slant twice to
Kane,
and there are too many white shirts in the middle of that one.
Duggar has a good arm, and he likes to.
He can sling it.
Yes.
There's been a couple of times where they didn't have that safety rolled over the top, and they've tried to take advantage of it.
Well, he's got a 55, 60 yard in the air arm right now as a freshman.
Sure. 3rd and 10. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Duggar from the gun, takes it straight back to throw, gets pressure and rolls away from it. Still rolling, and is going to be hit and flung out of bounds at about the 32.
And I don't know if we call horse collar tackles anymore,
If we do, that should have been one.
when you grab a guy up above the letters Pulaski on his back, and that's the hand that leads the defender to the offensive player to the ground, it's a horse collar.
Be 4th and long, and with 7:06 to go, Pulaski will take a timeout, leading 41-0.
Let me tell you what this time is. This is Phil Russell, who's the JV coach. He's trying to score a touchdown with this bunch, and he won't win any friends for doing that probably, but he's more worried about his kids right now.
Sure.
He's wanting to get them a score. Ford Brothers Auctioneer, remember to stick around for the post-game show. Ford Brothers are a proud sponsor of local high school sports. Whether you're selling a family estate, private or commercial real estate equipment, personal property, they've got you covered. Ford Brothers Auctioneers recognized statewide, nationally as one of the leaders in the auction industry, whether it's live on site, online, or a combination of both. You can count on Ford Brothers Auctioneers to deliver top quality organization advice and results for you. Visit them online at FordBrothersInc.com. Ford Brothers Auctioneers, selling the country since 1965.
See what Coach Russell dialed up on 4th and 17.
Probably a double reverse pass.
2 receivers to the left and 3 to the right. Now they're moving some people around. Slavy's going to come to the left side. And Duggar with an empty backfield. Takes it straight back. Got time. Dumps it off. They run a flea flicker. And down the sideline to the 25, 23-yard line. Finishing the run is Kane after the pass was originally thrown to Godby.
I almost called that one.
So Godby takes it, flips it to Kane, and South Florida will take over on downs with 6:44 to go. You give Godby the catch and then the run from Kane at the end of it? Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Welcome to Stats 101, ladies and gentlemen. Twain says don't do that again. Ball's at the 23, 1st and 10 for South Florida, going the other way. They've got a lineman he's hopping over footballs and everything trying to get in possession. And they take it, hand off to Willoughby. The big running back comes wide right. Oh, he got leveled. About the time he turned it up, Taylor Robbins said, "How do you do?" at the 28-yard line. Gain of 5, 2nd and 5.
Ouch.
Wow. Halfway through the 4th quarter, 41-0. 2 receivers, each direction. Burdine takes it, stands straight up, looking for a place to go, fires it over the middle, tipped and picked. That is Kane at the 35, down at the 32-yard line.
Kane has picked. He has thrown a touchdown pass.
Yes, sir.
And almost caught a touchdown pass a few minutes ago.
So Pulaski's offense will check back in with 5:28 in clock running.
I told you these youngsters are fun to watch.
They are. Duggar will check back in. They have not started the play clock yet. Now they will. Single receiver left, 2 to the right. And Duggar straight back, fires it down the sideline, overthrows Turner down at the 25-yard line. 2nd down and 10. Pulaski County will move to 6-1, 2-0 in district play.
Doing some homework over here.
All right.
Yep.
Pulaski County flipping receivers as Godby comes to the left. Going to the right side, Kane and Turner.
Been a while since they ran the ball.
Yes, and I don't know that you'll see him do it again. Duggar takes it straight back, gets pressure, fires a little screen off to the 30-yard line down to the 29. Making the catch was Slavy, and you may get a face mask on the end of that.
You are.
Personal foul face mask is the call, so Pulaski County will pick up an L&N first down when this one's over.
One positive, South hasn't had a lot of penalties tonight.
No. That's their third, first in the second half.
Yep.
They will mark the ball at the 14-yard line, so Pulaski County in the red zone.
Well, Pulaski County's going to move to 2-0 in the district.
Yes.
And that's exactly where they wanted to be at the end of 2 weeks in the district.
Yes, there are 2 receivers left, one to the right. Kane and Godsey in the backfield. And they fake it, fire the slant, got a receiver down there. Turner just a bit too tall. He got one hand on it, couldn't pull it in. Casey Fields in coverage. It'll be second down and 10.
How much velocity on that throw, though? This Duggar has got a wing, folks. He can sling it.
He's got some propulsion.
Well, that was from the near side here to the opposite hash. And,
on a line.
And it had plenty on it.
3 minutes and counting. 41 zip Maroons. 2 receivers each way. There's one way in. I don't know who she is. She can't have any lungs left.
She's got a voice.
Duggar takes it straight back. I've heard her before. Rolling right, sets, fires it back to the back of the end zone. Got a receiver going up, making the catch for the touchdown is Grayson Turner.
Heck of a throw and an outstanding catch on a Citizens National Bank. Look at Phil Russell. He won a Super Bowl, folks.
How much time left in that, Dwayne? About 2:35? Sure.
They've called for the extra point team. You know what's happened?
What?
They only have one extra point team.
Right.
And we had guys that didn't have their helmets. They were already sitting down over here. They've been celebrating for hours. They'll have to take a time out here because they called for number one extra point. Well, they got them out there, and they haven't started the clock, so they cut them a break. Or maybe not.
Only 2 minutes to go. Pulaski County will take a timeout with 2:01 to go in the game, up 47-0.
Don't forget, at the conclusion of the game, we'll select a Somerset Community College player, the offensive player of the game. We will also select a Modern Systems defender of the game in the Ford Brothers Auctioneers post-game show. We are probably, Dwayne, going to have a normal length post-game show and still get home by the time we started playing last week down at Whitley County. So
there is that.
I am definitely thankful that things have turned out the way they have tonight. Bobby Flynn's going to be home before breakfast, but anyway, Pulaski's going to move to 2-0. That's the key. Southwestern's still in a fight with North Laurel. If North wins that one, that 2-0 game next week over there would be a big deal.
When was the last time that Pulaski had 3 different guys throw touchdown passes?
Oh, gosh.
McAlpin out of the hold of Caleb Adams for the PAT. Snap is down, the kick is up, and it is good. 2:01 to go. Pulaski County 48, South Laurel nothing.
You know my guess? I'm going with never.
That's what I'm thinking.
You and I go back 25 years at this.
Yeah, we can check it.
And going 3 deep at quarterback usually John Hines has been 2 deep on a pretty regular basis,
right,
and building a quarterback. But having 3 in one game, no,
I don't remember one. Like you said, we've been here a long time.
Well, yeah. If they gave away rings, we'd get one, wouldn't we? Or gold watches for service, or whatever.
I'm expecting like a tinfoil hat when I get in. But
I'm expecting a padded room when it's all said and done. But
this is Quick Care Walk-In Clinic at Med Park West High School Football, presented by the Don Franklin family of dealerships, and video brought to you by Buffalo Wings and Rings. And we have time to get there.
And if somebody's still with us, and I know you are, thank you all. Sure. We appreciate bringing it, and we appreciate you sticking around. That Arkansas bunch may still be with us. I don't know.
Yeah, they were here a couple weeks ago, and you weren't.
I know.
Your fan club.
They fired me.
Yeah. Taking on a bounce by Napier at the 17. Back to the right hash mark. Finds a seam at the 35-40. 45 and thrown out of bounds on the near sideline. I think it was Caleb Adams that did the damage.
28, I think. I believe it was.
I think it was Shepard.
I think it was because Shepard's the one they're smacking on the top of the helmet here as he got up out of the pile. Well, do you hurry up and try to get off 3 or 4 plays here, or do you just kind of get on the bus and go home?
Don't know. We'll see what kind of philosophy Coach Burdine has about that. 2 receivers left, and we are going to get a timeout. I think that answers your question. 1:13 to go. South Laurel takes the timeout. Pulaski up 48-0.
Can I read something?
Please do.
Because if I don't, I'll say something. Flat tire would really make this road trip better, said no one ever, which is why Skip Cottrell's Tire Pros makes taking care of your tires simpler. They offer a straightforward approach to tire and auto service that includes nationwide warranties and a hassle-free experience. So you can get back to when being on the move was carefree. Skip Cottrell's Tire Pros, hassle-free, guaranteed. Find out more online at skipstirepros.com. To Julian and Pat, who have produced and did all the camera work and everything tonight, thank you guys so much.
They put up with us.
The Wings and Rings video game next week will be Somerset and Danville.
Ooh.
Yeah.
We'll be in London.
And we'll be in London with North Laurel, and Southwestern will host Whitley County. So that's kind of how the local action stacks up next week.
That'll be a fun week right there.
Yes. Could be a fun time for all.
Mm-hmm. South Laurel getting everybody set. Single receiver left, 3 to the right. And Burdine pump fakes and then goes deep. He's got Duggar back there, drops it. He was wide open at the 10 and couldn't pull it in. It will be second down. He had him.
He was so wide open, he was lonesome.
Yes, sir. I think Pulaski County may have snuck another player or two. I see Kyle Witt is in the game. I don't see anybody else. McCowan is in on defense. Easy for you to say.
Yeah.
I'll get that in a minute. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. They hand off to Willoughby. He is hit and dropped by Kring.
Kring again.
Yes, sir, it is.
Kring said not in here.
Tanner Godsey is in on defense.
And that's a starting running back he had a hold of, too, right there. It wasn't like he's out there against the 3rd and 4th string.
He's in there.
31?
Yep.
31, that is one Gustavo Cornegio in for Pulaski County. 2 receivers left.
They call him Gus, by the way.
Right. Okay, thank you.
Yes.
And that is Burdine, who is trying to shake loose.
He got mauled.
He is hit and dropped back at the 45-yard line, and it is McCowan. And off the bottom of the pile is Tanner Godsey.
That'll do it.
And the game will wind down, and this bad boy is over. Pulaski County to the tune of 48-0.
Wow.
It's time to auction. Who you gonna call? Whether it's a farm, home, personal, or commercial property, Ford Brothers Auctioneers bring home the bacon for your next auction. On-site, online, simulcast. Whatever works best for you, that's what we do. Award-winning marketing to support your auction. And FordBrothersInc.com has the most unique visitors for auctions in the market. Give us a call for your next auction. At Ford Brothers, we're selling the country.
It's time to make your move and save at the Last Chance clearance event at Toyota of Somerset. Take aim at $9,500 off MSRP on new 2019 Toyotas, or 0% financing on select 2019 models, or get up to $4,000 customer rebate. Your turn to save and win on new 2020 Corollas, only $159 a month. And we're paying top dollar for your trade-in. So come on in.
We're all about you.
We are back at Pulaski County High School. Pulaski County, a 48-0 winner over South Laurel tonight. And here's the way it transpired. 9:02 to go in the first. Pulaski County's Braden Gibson, a 24-yard pass from Drew Poston. The kick was blocked, and the Maroons lead it 6-0. 2:48 to go in the first. Pulaski County's Caleb Adams, a 9-yard pass from Poston. Kick was no good, and it's 12-zip. 1:08 to go in the first. Pulaski County's Jake Sloan, a 48-yard pass from Brady Kane. Jackson McAlpin with a PAT. It's 19-0 after 1. In the second quarter, at the 6:38 mark, Pulaski County's Elias Sanchez with a 2-yard run. Caleb Adams with a 2-point conversion, and PC goes up 27-0. 5:22 to go in the second. Caden Dobbs recovers a fumble in the end zone for Pulaski County. McAlpin with a kick, 34-0. 3:33 to go in the half. Pulaski County's Evan Cherry with a 1-yard run. McAlpin with the kick, 41-zip at halftime. In the fourth quarter, 2:35 to go. Pulaski County's Grayson Turner, a 14-yard pass from Bryson Duggar. McAlpin with a kick, 48-0 Maroons. That's the way it ends. Michael?
Thank you, Paul Wright. I brought my headset with me. Thank you. Thank you, Paul Wright. It's been a long night. It hadn't been. It's been a great night. We want to thank you again for joining us tonight. Quick Care Walk-In Clinic at Med Park West high school football. Don't feel great, just can't wait. Well, Quick Care is open late. Just walk in at their clinic in Med Park West, just off Bogle Street behind the hospital. Hours are 9 to 7 weekdays, 10 to 3 on Saturdays. No appointment is necessary for accidents, ailments, chronic conditions, as well as health services like sports physicals, flu shots, and the health screenings. They accept most major health insurance plans, and they can bill the insurance companies directly. Quick Care walk-in clinic at Med Park West. And as always, a big old thank you to the Don Franklin of Somerset family of dealerships for their coverage of local high school sports. Be sure to take advantage of the end of the summer savings at any of their Somerset locations. Visit them on Facebook at Don Franklin Somerset family of dealerships. They treat you like family. Also, I want to remind everybody that next week all 3 teams will be in action. Pulaski will travel to North Laurel. They are still playing over on the other side of town against Southwestern. We don't have a final on that. I hope maybe that will get to us before we finish this post-game show. If it does, we'll share that with you. Somerset and Hazard were actually locked up in a close football game tonight over at Hazard. Don't have a final on either one of those, and the reason is that we had a running clock in the second half in this 48-0 Pulaski County win over South Laurel on the Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard. This is our post-game show, and it is sponsored by Ford Brothers Auctioneers. And during this post-game show, obviously, we're going to give out our usual award of the Somerset Community College Offensive Player of the Game. And while Dwayne gets his stats together, I'm going to go ahead and name our Offensive Player of the Game. Somerset Community College is your community college. They've got the lowest tuition rates in the state, flexible class schedules and small class sizes, and quality education that is close to home. Choose from technical degrees for high-demand jobs or transfer degrees to four-year institutions are the best choice for education and training. Whatever you need, we've got it for you here at SCC. Apply today at somerset.kctcs.edu. SCC, a real college with real people and real success. And tonight we're going to go with the player of the game being Ethan Fuentes, the senior left guard for Pulaski County. But tonight that is with his inclusion of all his soulmates on that offensive line, because if you are a fan of Pulaski County, this offensive line at the first of the year was the part that they thought they had to build. And I'm just going to throw some names. There are more, but Ethan Fuentes and Ryan Dye and Jordan Lanner and Paul Judd and Declan Hayes and Dylan Hughes and Jackson Whitaker and Michael Hines, tight end Aiden Wesley and Kanan Daniels and others who were in there during the game. We're going to give the offensive line, we're going to name Ethan Fuentes our player, our Somerset Community Player of the Game, but he's sharing that with all of the offensive linemen in this football game. Dwayne, you okay with that?
Well deserved.
Our Modern Systems Defender of the Game. Since 1979, Modern Systems have been defending communities all over Kentucky and are proud to be part of the communities they serve, committing time and sponsorship to numerous charities like Project 5810, Relay for Life, March of Dimes, Heart Walk, local school programs, and many more. Modern Systems, your neighbor, your friends, they will work 24/7 to protect the things that matter most to you. From homes to business to schools and churches, let Modern Systems be your trusted name in security. Going to go with senior outside linebacker Evan Mercer with a honorable mention to Aiden Wesley, who stepped in at that DN tonight and probably built himself some serious playing time at DN. If what I saw was what I think I saw tonight, played well.
Yeah, he did, and Mercer had a big game.
Yeah,
he was all over the place.
All right, as Dwayne, you're getting ready to give us some numbers.
Yes, sir.
The best stats in the business. Pay attention; these are official.
South Laurel finished with 8 first downs, 2 of those in the second half. 22 carries on the ground, a net of 12 yards. 17 for 32, 89 yards through the air. Total offense of 101 yards on 54 plays.
Wow.
Defense did their job tonight. No punts, 3 penalties, 30 yards, 3 fumbles, 2 interceptions, 5 turnovers for South Laurel in the game. And some of those were late.
Yes.
Pulaski, 16 first downs, only 2 in the second half. The game was well in hand at that point. 17 carries, 98 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground. 17 for 27, 214 yards through the air, and I believe there was 3 touchdowns. I make that 4 touchdowns. through the air. Total offense of 312 yards on 44 plays. An efficient game for Pulaski on offense. Returned the ball 7 times, 55 yards. And one of those returns was a recovery of a fumble in the end zone for a touchdown. No punts. There were no punts in this game tonight on either side.
You know, it didn't dawn on me. You just said that neither team. I think South lined up late in the first half like they were going to punt.
They attempted to,
but the bad snap ended up in blowing up in their face. But you're right, there were no punts.
They tried. They attempted maybe 3 times to punt. 4 penalties for Pulaski, 38 yards. They cleaned that up a little bit this week. Yes, they were. They did fumble the ball 2 times, losing one of those. They threw 1 interception. So 2 turnovers for Pulaski in the game.
Right now is the time to get over to Alton Blakely Honda, where the stock, where the in-stock 2000. It's been a long night, folks. This is a do-over. Right now is the time to get over to Alton Blakely Honda, where the in-stock 2019 Honda Accords are priced at $1 over invoice. You heard that right. In-stock Accords are priced at $1 over invoice at Alton Blakely Honda, part of the Alton Blakely family of dealerships in Somerset. Saw Alan Trey the other day at lunch. It was good to see Trey. I hadn't seen in a while. Found out he's back up here a little bit right now with the dealership. And our thank you, as always, to the Alton Blakely family of dealerships for helping make this possible. All right, we've got Pulaski moving to 6-1, 2-0 in the district next week. They are at North Laurel.
Yes, they are.
Somerset was undefeated, went to Hazard. Last we heard, that was a 7-3 Somerset lead. That game, I'm sure, is down the road from that a little bit. We'll post that when we get a score on that one here in just a few minutes. Or as soon as Dwayne and I shut up, you can just flip on over and listen to Chris and the guys over on Somerset, as that game is live on LakeCumberlandSports.com. Southwestern tonight in Whitley, or with North Laurel over on the other side of town. And the last we heard, they were behind in that football game, but we don't have a final on it. Let's get ready for next week. We mentioned Pulaski will be at North Laurel.
And that's always a tough game.
That's a tough place to play and always a tough game. The Southwestern will have Whitley at home next week, and that we've seen Whitley. Whitley's a pretty good football team, so Southwestern and Whitley will be a good football game. And then the Buffalo Wings and Rings video game next week will be Danville and Somerset. That just that's got a ring to it. Anytime you put those two in the same sentence and say football, it'll be fun. So next week our Wings and Rings video game will be Danville and Somerset. The 2 audio games will be Whitley County and Southwestern, and the Pulaski County Maroons will be in London against North Laurel.
3 good games, and we will be covering all of them here at Lake Cumberland Sports.
Somebody said to me today, and it stuck, all games, every team, every week, wherever they play, are here on Lake Cumberland Sports.
That says it all.
I think that said it all.
Yes.
Again, Dwayne, good win tonight. Your final thoughts before we wrap this thing up.
Pulaski came in and they started out strong, which is what we hope to see, and I'm sure Coach Hines is happy with that, and they did what they needed to do to beat. South Laurel came in with a young quarterback, and it showed, but Pulaski's defense played really good, I thought.
Yeah, I think early that one drive, part of a drive, I guess you could say, that South Laurel put together, and Pulaski had the goal line stand down here. And then after that, there wasn't a whole lot of threatening going on from that offense. And, there was several guys, I'm sure, when we see the numbers of the tackles that some of these guys made tonight. But, again, our defensive player of the game is Evan Mercer, and I think that's well-deserved. And our Somerset Community College player of the game tonight went to the O-line. Ethan Fuentes was who we singled out, but we're throwing it at all those guys. Sloan, again, a night that have you given the individuals?
I have not.
Well, let's do that before we wrap this up.
Elias Sanchez, 1 run for 2 yards, a touchdown. Brady Kane, I almost called him Wally. 1 carry for 4 yards. Caleb Adams, also Brady Kane, was 1 for 1 through the air for 48 yards, a touchdown pass. Caleb Adams, carry for 16 yards. I'm going to get some of these young guys in here. Logan Gotze, a carry for 9 yards. Donovan Abbott, 5 carries, 13 yards. Evan Cherry, 2 carries, 15 yards, and one of those was a 1-yard touchdown run. Tristan Cox, 2 carries, 15 yards. Drew Poston, 3 carries for 31 yards. Jake Sloan, 6 catches, 96 yards, and one of those was a 48-yard touchdown reception. Chandler Godby, 2 catches for 8 yards. Donovan Abbott, a catch for 15 yards. Brady Kane also had 1 catch on the evening. Caleb Adams, 2 catches, 59 yards, one of those a 9-yard touchdown reception. Braden Gibson, a 24-yard touchdown catch. Evan Cherry, a 7-yard catch. And Grayson Turner, he had 2 catches, and one of those was a 12-yard, make that a 14-yard touchdown reception. I'll get it right in a minute. And also one more, we had Christian Slavey had a catch for 4 yards. So that's everybody making the catches. A lot of guys caught the ball tonight for Pulaski.
Your stat sheet's going to expand. There's some new names going to be showing up on that Pulaski County stat sheet. I want to thank the good folks. Again, we were a little short on time here in the second half, so I'm getting a couple more live reads in the post-game show because these people make this possible. So please, if you get a chance, you go by and thank them. At White's Cabinets, they provide their customers with friendly service. They value your business, and it's their mission to provide reliable products and services. The courteous and professional team at White's Design Center can turn your vision into reality. Visit the White's Cabinet Design Center on the corner of South 27 and Slate Branch to learn more about what they can do for you. We also want to thank Magic Monograms. That's Dwayne right there. Magic Monograms has moved to 110 Creek Terrace, conveniently located off North Highway 27 between Big Lots and Backyard Burger, the place for custom embroidery, screen printing, and so much more. They can put your designs on medical and athletic uniforms, corporate and school apparel. Find them on Facebook. Search Magic Monograms and Embroidery. And one final shout-out to Entrust Counseling. They're proud to offer psychiatry, counseling, case management, medication assistant, and family practice services all under one umbrella. Please call them at 676-0638 or check out their new website at entrust-healthcare.com to get services started today. You can find them on Facebook. All right, partner, your final thoughts. We're ready to go. Pat's giving me the rap sign about 4 times.
Great night for football. Enjoyed it. Let's come back and do it again next week.
Let's do this again for a few more weeks and bring this weather with us every week. What do you think?
Can't say that any better.
We're going to wrap this thing up once again for Quick Care at Med Park West, our title sponsor, and for Don Franklin's Somerset Family of Dealerships, our presenting sponsor, and for Buffalo Wings and Rings, the sponsor of our video broadcast tonight. For all of our sponsors, for Paul Wright, the voice of the Maroons, for Pat, who produced this thing, for Julian, who was the cameraman, for the best stat man in the business, Dwayne Clark, and me, I'm just going to go home early tonight. Till next week, Pulaski County 48-0 over South Laurel. Good night, everybody.